We are to colonize Africa. They knew us. They knew us. Even our people were the last place to fall. You know, they said that Ethiopia was not colonized, but the Americans were there. That was why nobody paid attention to like anything like that. But our people fought very strongly. We weren't that colonized. The colonization of our place completely was eminent because of Nigeria. And today, my people never drop their guns. They never drop their weapon. They continue fighting, and will continue to fight Nigeria with as long as it take and with everything in us. They understand the use of money and value because they knew if we have this, nobody will be able to challenge Africa, let alone come into Biafra land to bring terrorists into the land. Thank you so very much, my brother Oge. And we have to give the mic back to John, and from John we will come back to Triple M and my info. Stand by, Donatus. Stand by, and of course, this is Donatus Igurube. Stand by. John, you have the mic now, please.
Yeah. Thank you, University. And thank you, everybody. I wouldn't want to start calling the name one after the other, but I recognized everybody. Thank you very much for the efforts everybody has put so far. Let me quickly, talk about what Kama said the last time between Biafra and Israel and Biafra, who came from the other. It's just a clear, scenario of the chicken and the egg, who came first. You understand? But so far, so good. All hands are pointing towards Israel coming from Biafra. But there are still, talks about it, who came first. But the bottom line is that whether they came from us or we came from them is like illustration of Igbo land that says the same thing. Use this rope and tie this goat, and take this goat and tie to the rope. They are just like the same 10 and 10 pence. So that one is one. Then concerning what I heard, because I'm focused now on the riverine areas, our brothers in the coastal region. I just finished talking a couple of minutes ago with some people in the former Port Harcourt, Iguacha. And the information I got the information that University, Clarendon, Helen, and Enoho, that they are more deadlier than HIV. The guy told me, I went to school in Port Harcourt. I schooled in Army Children's School. I practically grew up in Port Harcourt. I have my tentacles spread all over. I have called a lot of my childhood friends who are still in Port Harcourt. They told me that from beginning to end in all the political holders, that they are peeing in their pants. That the people have already indirectly told them that they are just waiting for 2nd December. I am not mixing this up. I am telling you the truth, coming from a right source. That the program you guys are making, these names I mentioned, University, Enoho, Clarendon, that is more dangerous than HIV. Quote me anywhere. This is what I am telling you. That they are panicking. So don't be surprised that Edwin Clark came out and talked about freeing Nnamdi Kanu. The only masquerade way no waiting making they come out from house where they kit them, they go outside. The juju where then they give them inside that house, pass the one where they go give them for outside. Though. Now waiting you they see the way they happen so. Now the information where me they hear be that. I don't want to talk too much. If I hear, I go can't talk. So now so it be. Make I just leave and like this for now. So make university make you know say what you know they do there. They say dangerous pass HIV. Now
You
person
know,
where they ground tell me so.
John, not cutting you off. Just hold on to your thought. You know, I said this thing before. I think it was in the first space. That university program, that Igodo program. You don't know. I have lived in Igodo for a very, 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 very long time. I understand between how our people and the people of that side behaves. This program, you see, this program that university is hosting, and the kind of caliber of people that is coming to that program, including apart from university himself, Enoho, daughter of ancestors. There's a lot of them. Then even Wari sister and Helen Peters, Clara Dims, all of them, all of them. These people are hitting these people. Do you understand? Do you know that in Igodo, sometimes when you talk to elders, like not with respect, there's this fear that they might swear to you and then it will happen. This university have stand here on this space and then proclaim that even the Oba of Benin will run from his throne. I am telling you, if you have been in Igodo before, you see this word that the university use, people will be afraid to say it there. But university is standing here to say,
And I'm Uche.
yes, exactly. And you know why university said it? Because he is standing on truth. The land is with him, and those people that is saying all this. That's why the Oba of Benin cannot do anything. This is the truth. I'm so glad that John Representative of Wisdom have come here to confirm this. That program, keep saying that program is their problem, and it will continue to be the problem until the coming of Biafra. Go ahead. Just summarize.
Yeah, I'm putting my ears on the ground. I am telling you, he told me that they are listening anonymously, all the big wigs, and they are telling themselves that water don't pass Gario. All of them are getting ready. You cannot fight the amount of people ready to hear that our prime minister has declared Biafra. I am telling you, it's not a joke. I'm not kidding. I am telling you. The guy said to me that he has never joked with this kind of issue, that he's telling me the truth, that they are panicking, that they are only pretending that all is well. That is not well. So that he got the program. I am telling you, an atomic bomb BBO. That's what I hear, that's what I talk. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, John. And if they think that maybe we are lying, let Oba of Benin come out and show us his workplace, his farm, his company, and his employees. Aside the area boys, the Kabaka, them and them, the whole of them, whom he uses to eliminate people who talk the truth. Do you know how many people that guy have killed? And GD, what you said is truth. The only thing that give me boldness to talk is because of the truth and because the land is with me. Because this guy have frustrated our people. I'm telling our people are suffering. If you see the rate at which our people are, it is only in Edo State that we have an IDP camp. And you need to see the deteriorating situation of those people. And then now we have had one at Okwama. Why? Because people like Oba of Benin exist that helps the Nigerian system, the terrorists, to bring these bad people into our land. He has been buying land, a land that is not his. He knows that if we go back in time, he is not from the land, he is not indigenous. And his actions have proven us, every single one of us, right. Because the only achievement that Oba of Benin and their coinage and their lineage has achieved in our land is turning our girls into sex slaves, like prostitute, hookup girls, all these runs girls. And for the boys, he have completely wasted their future by inducing these people into courtism, different kinds of court groups, and they start killing themselves, thereby reducing our youthful population and destroying the destiny of the youths. These are the only thing that this man have provided. And having people to swear and having people to drink poison from the Oba of Benin Palace that have killed a lot of people. And Biafra land is not going to forgive them. Biafra land will be completely unbearable for them. I'm telling them. They tell me, they have that place, your place. Have you chopped RMPG? Have you chopped grenade? Have you chopped some explosive? You'll be out. The owners of the land have never risen up against you, against your evil, against the darkness that you brought upon our people, the darkness that you brought to the south. You have not. The payday is coming for every single one of them. It is time for the people to enjoy a better life and a better future. And the key is with the Biafran government in exile. Thank you very much, John, for that wonderful one. That is very, very inciting. That is very intriguing. Of course, we have to give the mic. Let us see what my info has to offer as a submission. Info Chooks, please, you have the mic. And you have 4 minutes. Info Chooks. My info chooks, please, you have the mic. I repeat, my info chooks, if you are close to your device.
University, university, let me just chip in something before info.
Go ahead.
You know, what our brother you just said right now is 100% correct. If you remember, is it last week or last 2 weeks on the coastal region program? Remember the lady that jumped in to ask you who did you take authority on the order before to put up their name, the name of our people here. You know, this was like a discussion where they sit and she just said, I will go and try to see if I can get into their skin. Surprise, not really surprised, but she definitely get what she got. She run away, what she wanted. So you see that she just jump out like a monkey from the zoo. You know, normally monkeys, they jump out from their dungeon. She just came into the program. She was like, which authority? Who gave you the audacity to use the name of our own ancestral land to make a program? For you to see that some people have been contracted to be to be something wanna be in our terrain.
Exactly.
That without them, we cannot exactly. So, my brother, that's what I want to keep in. Our brother can go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much. I greet everybody in the house. Homeland, GD Walker University. I love your program so much. I hope I'm coming out loud.
Loud
Hello,
and clear.
okay.
Yes,
Okay.
brother, go
Thank you
ahead.
very much. So, I am very, very happy for all you have been doing. I've been following the programs. I've been coming on the spaces, but I always choose to listen because of where we are. We are at the zoo. So, and where we are now, I'm hiding now to connect now. So, we don't have that freedom to maybe speak at times. So, but to God be the glory because I am happy. This is my very topic that in Biafra, Africa died, and only in Biafra will Africa rise. In fact, that is why what you guys are doing is so much impressing to me. I am very, very happy. I am very, very, in fact, this thing you guys are doing is not easy. And my joy is that it is entering the zoo like bomb. It is entering them like bomb, truly. And that is why I just come here to appreciate you guys, to say thank you and well done. Because I keep telling people, I keep even telling my church people that, look, that it is only Biafra that will preserve Christianity in Africa. That it is only Biafra that has, or rather, it is only in Biafra that Africa has future. Without Biafra, Africa is doomed for life, forever. In fact, there will be nothing like Africa. Everywhere will be destroyed overnight. The children of the burnt women will overrun everywhere within a twinkle of an eye. That is why I say that everything you guys are doing, I am in support of it 100%. You guys are really trying. In fact, university, that your program, I was on the space that day that lady came in, and I love the way our sister Noho replied her, and before I think she left out of shame. She left that program out of shame. You know, you guys are really doing well, and I'm very, very grateful for what you are doing. Please keep it up. We are with you here. We are what we are doing. We are still helping people to vote. We use our Android to help them to vote. So that's what we're doing. Even though we are in a very tight place, but we are still doing our what we can do. So thank you very much. I don't have much time because of where we are. Thank you. Carry on. The Lord bless you. The Lord will continue to keep you guys. Please move on. Fire on. The enemy will bow. 22nd of December is the day. We are not missing it. So carry on. Thank you very much. I yield my mic.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my brother Info. In Biafra, Africa will rise again. And you know that what we are doing is, is really sinking into the people, because people are Oyendu said that people listen to the truth, and that the truth is the only thing that can make you free. And that when you are saying the truth, our people will like you, they will believe you, because anything in Biafra land that is belongs to Nigeria and have never benefited our people, it has never been there for the survival of our people, must be destroyed. And this is where I stand on that. Because everything that Nigeria has brought to us is all about how to divide us, how to grab our land, how to change the name of our villages, how to even change our tone, our language. If you grew up in the Godomigodo, if you grew up in the coastline of Biafra, you understand what I'm telling you. And this thing didn't just start in 1967. It has always been there. These are things that led us to war. And the people who were fighting these things, many of them were killed during the pogrom time. And today they felt that they have conquered our land. They just have to come and grab the land and initiate anything, and then they will want it to work and enforce it. Everything about them is all about enforcement, enforcement, enforcement. Somebody will just say something. Oba of Benin is already there to kill him. They have stationed even all these kings. They are killer elements, and they need to be uprooted. They need to be uprooted. They are still existing, and the people are still suffering because the people have not really gotten the message clear. Because they think that you are their enemy. They think that you are the enemy of these people, this king. Why will you talk to a king like that? Why will you talk to an elderly person like that? Kill him. Kill you. How many people this zoo have killed? You know how many? You dare not talk. You dare not move. You dare not challenge evil. But everybody shouting corruption, corruption, corruption. Bring an idea how to end this corruption today. You see, you will be killed. And me and my people, we will never continue in that. If you believe that Biafra land, that my land, you don't want the freedom of this land, then you have to pack. That was the instruction of the Biafran government. You have to pack out of that land. And now you don't even have the right to say that. You have to exercise your voting right. The self-referendum is ongoing. Go there and cast your vote and let your vote speak for you. It's either you vote in favor of freedom or you vote against freedom. You vote for slave. When you vote for Nigeria, you vote for oppression, you vote for slavery, you vote for continuous colonization, you vote for recycling of corruption, you vote for darkness. And of course, Ugochukwu Biafra hand is up. Please, Ugochukwu, please go ahead.
Yeah, my brother, thank you. You made mention of corruption. Once you bring idea to end the corruption, disaster will follow your death. Example is in Konji World. If you watch one of her videos, she said she was enjoying her life in the World Bank. Then they called her. She came to fight for. Her plan was came to fight for corruption. Immediately she starts her work, they kidnap her mother. She said it by herself. And also, this Nigeria of 18, once you are a criminal, they will grow you. They will grow you, and like kind of make you a leader in the midst of your people. And you will see this dumb. This when this person is coming up, the only thing he's thinking is the footsteps of the old people. What is the footsteps of the old people? I want to have house in UK. I want to have a house in USA. I want to buy house in Dubai. And these are just animal thinking. And these are just criminals. They will never, ever, they don't even know what the world is talking about. What me and you know in the Western world today. What the idea that we have today that the proud of a man is where you come from and how what is the condition of the place. Can you imagine that someone like our PM, with his potential and his resources, he wants to use it to fight corruption? Do you know where we end up? That is the reason why you see that every Biafran that blessed with wisdom and power try to put these resources in Nigeria to put Nigeria in place, dies or get extraordinary corrupt, and at the end of the day, and disgraced. Have you seen where their disgrace is coming from? With their wisdom, they became corrupt. At the end of the day, they became useless. Because that power and the energy you see in them, if they did not study it by themselves, that is a favor from the gods of our land. Look at Nkonjiwala today. Look at Soludo today. MFLA of Zeke. And how many do you want me to be mentioning? How many of them? All of them. Just use our PM, Simon Ekpan Jokut, as an example, or Nnamdi Kanu for all people. With the kind of charisma and power he has, imagine he wants to use it to go and savage Nigeria. Do you know where you all know what the answer is and where he will end up? Either in grave or he will acquire dirty money and become irrelevant all over the world. At the end of the day, he will be disgraced by the same zoological republic of animal. Does that send a message to any thinkable, any reasonable human being among us? Go ahead, my brother.
Thank you very much, Gochuku. You have just said it all the way it is. Serve the zoo and come back in shame. You know, it's just like the colonials when they want to use somebody. You think that when they are using you, they are giving you everything and they have service you, they use you to provide a terrorist, you make your place unbearable, and at the end of the day, they will still be the one to come back and kill you. And this time they are going to come back and kill you. They are not killing you because you didn't do your service well. They are killing you because they are done with you. Instead of you to go out tomorrow to because something will happen and you will start you know, exposing them how they use you to do this and to do that. They have to, take you out because you are just a common tool. When you have done your job, they will break you. That is how it is when you serve in a colonial construct like Nigeria. When they are done using you, they will destroy you. Because when they are giving you all those money, you are think that you are enjoying. They make you feel like you are bigger than your people. That has always been the colonial system. It's in the Berlin Conference Act. Instead, they have to use you, and then when they are done with you, when they have achieved that purpose, they have to break you so that you don't spoil things in time to come. So these elements you refer to as elite or politician, it doesn't matter whether it's Hopo Zodema or Ukowa or Alex Oti or is the other guy that watches people being destroyed. They were killing your people. You came there, they didn't allow you to go there and see how they are killing your people. After how many lies of how many days at Okwama, Sheriff. These are non-entities. If you see them campaigning for you, think that human beings are campaigning. If you see them talk, you think that people are talking. Try to bring out something new. Give it to them. Ask them to build it. You will see that these people can never ever bring anything to life. And Biafra is here to expose them and bring them, all of them, every single enemies of our freedom to justice. If you live in our land and you have never been fruitful, your services, your attributes have never serviced the interests of the people. Once it's December 2nd, make sure you have packed or make sure you come to terms with freedom. because it is going to be either the freedom of our people or nothing will exist. Thank you. I don't know if my host is close by and want to put in something on my co-host. We have wonderful people around us today, ladies and gentlemen. This is Biafran Homeland Report, and of course, we're talking about the Biafran Republic government in exile's attribute in terms of in Africa, Biafra in Biafra, Africa died. Section 2. And it says that only in Biafra can Africa be saved. Without Biafra,
Yes.
the indigenous people will be extinguished. Yes, Judy, go ahead, please.
Yeah. I just wanted to make my final submission so that I can retire for the day. Just like what our brother was saying, John, representative of wisdom. This our so-called elders, like what University just said. There's this thing that sometimes when you talk to them, respect, they just want you to, they want to always keep on belittling you. Like, because they are elders, you have to give them, yes, you have to respect your elders. This is what got these Afanjas where they are today. You will see someone, I'm not saying that those things are not good. You start prostrating on the ground and what have you. It's not necessary that maybe you actually giving that respect to the extent of, like lying on the floor for them to march over you or walked over you or something like that. No, that doesn't mean that you actually respecting them. But the problem with these people is that they have not known that the ancestors of the land have left them. They are just waiting for one day for their children, which is way to rise up, and then they will challenge those people. Because as soon as we challenge them, what happens is that the ancestors will come to us and give us that power and privilege. What people doesn't even understand. If someone is going to go and kill someone, it does not matter which I've never gone to before, but from experiences and what we'll be hearing from people, the native doctor or babalawo or whatever you might call them, they will ask you, is the person it's like going to court or something like that. If you're guilty or not. Like, getting a lawyer is just a formality. Okay, the native doctor will ask you, is that person guilty or you? You will say this you, but you want to do something bad. That's why you are there. Something like that. Already the land that you are stepping on knows that that person is innocent. You are the guilty party, but you want to do the undo. Already you are guilty. This is the problem with these elders, so-called elders, that they want us to keep on respecting them. When Onyendu talk to them, they will say Onyendu is insulting. All of a sudden now, Onyendu is a saint. Onyendu is a pope. Samaneba, our prime minister, is not. That is to tell you that they know that Onyendu have been caged by criminals that surround him all this while. That's what they want Onyendu to keep on preaching, and the container people will be doing all hair Biafra, and then they will be sending containers to the zoo. This is all what they want, so that criminality will keep on romancing criminality. And people will be dying in the. Do you know how many people that I know personally that have died in the ocean, in the Mediterranean Sea? People that I know. There's one I said before, and I didn't want to repeat that, but this guy is the so-called breadwinner of his family. The only son. This guy saved, oh my goodness, I don't know. This guy saved money, and then he.
Hope they did not remove them. I have
Judy, we
voice.
can hear you.
Okay, we can hear you.
I hope.
We can't hear him. I don't know.
Homeland, can you hear Judy?
No, I can't
No,
hear him.
no, I can't.
Judy, we can hear you. Can you just I don't know, go out and come back
Yeah.
inside?
University. Before JD come back or before Homeland take it. You made mention of those that the colonial masters, after like serving them, they will come after you. You see, there are something I finally observe, You see that the whole this Western world and America, that's why I will always say, God bless the land of Finland. God will bless those people. You see these people, exception, let me just remove Finland from this because I will always say God bless that land. You see these Western people, the reason why they are so silent about our PM is because our PM have never, if this was someone that have ever done a dirty job for them, you will see how they will come up with every evidence, You will see that their media's really working. But today they have absolutely that. That is why we should give glory to God every minute, every day. And the way our people stood with our PM, like the way everybody stand with him. Because normally what they do, a situation like this, they know that what he's doing is against them. What they will do, they will use the people. They will use the people, blackmail you but what they then try to do, they try to use those hungry betrayer bastards all over the world. People like from beginning, from Uchemefo and the rest of them. Uchemefo have done a very dirty job for them. You would have expected, if not for us, you should have expected someone like Uchemefo as a governor tomorrow with a high profile from CNN, BBC. You shouldn't be surprised to see such a thing. They want to bring that criminal in your midst. And this is what they have been doing all these years. And after he's done, they will take him out because they are done with you. They know that you that betray your people, there is no hope on you. They will never put hope on you. But when you come to our own side today, they saw a man pure with his people, surrender him like a mountain surrender Jerusalem. They don't have nothing to do. Do you know what they do? Wicked demons. They are silent because they have nothing. They are waiting for you and I to make a mistake. They are waiting to see if there is 25% or 30% of you and I that will raise ugly head against our people. Because when you raise ugly head against Simon Ekpanjoko, you are not raising ugly head against Simon. You are raising ugly head against the people of Biafra, the suffering people. Because Simon has nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing. The only thing he will lose is that beautiful ancestral land that he desires so much, like each and every one of us desire. So if you resist, JD, please go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Sorry for that, guy. I just got a unexpected call, and this thing just knocked me off. Like I was saying, this guy could not make it. Okay, and then his people, his family. Do you know that there's a lot of our people today? Their people are still thinking that they are so-called in diaspora, but these people have gone already. There was a story of this guy in Mali, also either Mali or Senegal. They went fishing. These are locals. And then they got this big fish. Do you know what they find in the belly of the fish? An African guy's hand with a wristwatch. This is part of the people that was drowned, wherever they drowned. And then the fish just cut them into two and whatever, cut them pieces and then chop them. You can imagine a human being being a meal for fish. Why the fish should be our own meal. This is the kind of situation that the Islamic State of Nigeria have put our people, because they know that their people doesn't go anywhere. It's always our people that is on the run, because they make the environment not conducive for our people to make any ends meet. You will suffer all your life. Go and sell family land, or maybe your brother or your sister or family member gave you something, and then you start up a business, doing well, making good money, have married, even from that your business, married and have kids. All of a sudden, Islamic State of Nigeria, it's either they bring one law that will affect your business, or maybe they will use their funjas to come and burn off your business. And remember, most of our people in homeland, especially those in Islamic State of Nigeria regions, there's no insurance. The insurance does not exist in the Islamic State. And they know the implication of the government of these Fulanis. They know these things. When insurance exists, it means when something happens, they have to pay you, but you have to be paying for it. These things does not exist. There's no medical, there's no health care. There's no insurance. There's nothing. Somebody will toil all their life, and then they hear that the Arab market burn or the one market burn. And then they will say, oh, they will carry hand in their head and start running all over the street and want to go and jump inside the lagoon. Is that the way we're supposed to be living life? With ordinary insurance, you can be able to solve this problem instantly, but they don't want to create an enabling environment for the people because it is not meant to be. It is just a jungle. They are doing it to deceive people so that you will keep on in abject poverty. They planned it. They planned this for a very long time so that our people will keep on running out, so that they will get this conquest that they wanted to get our women to marry them off while we are all in diaspora. But it did not happen. Our prime minister and our government have found that exit point. I keep saying this, that exit point of the squirrel. The government of Biafra have found it. And Simon Ekpa, with this, we call it this like little woods, you make a little bit of fire and then you put it on the squirrel entrance, and then they will run. Sometimes the squirrel, some of them, they're very, very smart. They will they will have two exit points. As long as you find that exit point, the government of Biafra have found it. And Simon Ekpa have blocked off the whole exit point. That's why every Tom and Harry is running all over the place from pillar to post now, try to act like they're supporting the government because there's no more option. They know what await them after the second, just like what John Ripo said. They know what await them after the 2nd of December. They know this is not a joke. And this man, they've seen that everything that he said, he always carried out the letter. So they know that he's going to deal with all of them because they are all fools. They're the one that is there, the enablers that's bringing these people to our land. Without them, it will not happen. Law Panta and the 90 people, headless 9 people and 100 and something that they find of the decomposing bodies. Who allowed them? Wasn't it Ojus Akandi that gave them Law Panta? Are we talking about the one that is happening even right now as we speak in Enugu State through this Alhajimba? These people will never stop. Otina have started. Now they want to go and build barrack in Abia State. Can you believe that? Why are they doing this? Because they are getting ready. But under one night, all those barracks and whatever that they are building and what have you, our men will level it. Because the ghost of the land is with our people and our government. And because the people have rose up against the enablers and the enemies, the victory will be ours. I thank you guys so much. I just overstayed my time, but we are doing it for the Biafran people, but I have to take my leave at the moment. Thank you so much, our Homeland Report, for hosting us tonight. Thank you, University, our co-host. You are doing wonderfully well for our people. Thank you so much, Ugochukwu Biafra, Patricia Ezinwa, Triple M2, United States, Eno, or something like that, and the rest of the guys. CBI, I see you, Christopher Kenwa, OB Chicago, Archbishop of the Mosa, Shimon, Biafra Free Energy Tech, and a lot of our people. Amuche is here. This is one of the people that is causing headache in the Godomi Godo. That's why they are panicking. They are running from pillar to post. They will keep on running from pillar to post because our people are doing the needful. Amuche and the core and the university and the rest of them, they are standing on the truth. That's why the land will continue to protect them. It does not matter what the Oba of Benin and their cohorts planned against them, it will never materialize because the land is with them. The land have rejected the Oba of Benin and their cohort. Thank you guys so much. I will yield the mic to our host and I will be going on listening and I will be taking my leave to sleep now. Thank you guys and good night from here.
Thank you so much, JD. I want to really appreciate you. Your time has been so wonderful and fruitful. Thank you so much. Your submissions are superb. We really appreciate you. We appreciate what we are doing for the Biafran people. And we say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to be with you, fight for you, replenish your pocket, and sustain you in whatever you are doing, my brother. Thank you so much. We love you as well. And University, I appreciate every one of you. Who goes next? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, GD. Thank you, Homeland. Of course, GD have said it all. Before we give the mic to United States, I like to say that, these people, For example, let's take the people of Okwama, for example. These are poor people, right? These people had nothing. They lied against these poor people that they stockpile weapons. People who cannot feed have resources to buy weapons, to stockpile weapons. You can imagine that. And also, these are people who their children are leaving the country, are passing through the Sahara Desert, are dying in the Mediterranean Sea, dying in the desert, and nobody cares about them. But this land has oil, it has all manner of mineral resources, and people are living fat with it. But they cannot even cook just one drum from the oil in their land. But there are military people who are doing this bunkering with foreigners inside their own land. This must stop. I swear to God who made me, this thing has to stop. This must stop. Of course, United States of Biafra, please, you have the mic. And we salute you from.
Uh, Good morning, wonderful Biafran people. Good afternoon, good evening. It depends on you people, location, Umuchineke. I really appreciate every one of you people, the homeland. You are a great man. It's not easy, but I can tell you that with God, with Chukwokike Abiyama Pumi Henine, that is why you are standing firmly every blessed day, hosting us. And your co-host and every one of us here, I really appreciate you people, Muchineke. It's not easy. I want to start by saying, God bless every one of you people who have stand and defend Biafra since Mas Namkano were not there, because that was the beginning of all Nigeria crime. The beginning of Nigeria crime started when they kidnapped Mas Namkan, thinking that kidnapping Mas Namkan would end what is called Biafra. But it was unfortunate to them that kidnapping Mas Namkan was actually fueling to the Biafra restoration. And that was the beginning of their headache. That was the beginning of their problem. That was the beginning of them all hearing most of us today. Because imagine without Mazen Kanu and without all they have did, thinking that with Mazen abduction everything is going to end. But unfortunate to them, it is actually a very big mistake that I ever made, which have brought, every one of us knows what is going on today. Biafran government was not there. Biafran army was not there. Biafra prime minister he was there, but he was not showing them who he was. And most of us today speaking, we were there also, but of course, we were not strong enough just like we are right now. So I really appreciate you people who have pushed Biafra to where we are today, and who pushed Biafra to 2023 when Biafra was restored and being called the United States of Biafra that comprised 40 states, which every state have their capitals. I really appreciate every one of you people. And I want to go straight to the point. In Africa, in Biafra, Africa dies. Of course, in Biafra, Africa rise. By the Biafra Prime Minister, Man Simon Ekpa. That is a great one. Of course, Biafra in Africa is the starting point of wisdom. Since the emergence of Biafran government, the wisdom begin, and everyone in the whole world, not just Africa, begin to understand that black race, I want to use this word, they are educated people, they are intelligent people, they are makers, they can make something which the European or the white, they thought that it is only made for white people to produce and create, but unfortunate to them. So in Africa, Biafra or isolate Africa, and in Africa, Biafra Africa dies. So sorry with my words. So I want everyone to understand that in Biafra, Africa will rise. And in Biafra as well, when during the 1960, 1967, that was where Africa dies. Even though the whole world supported Nigerian, supported the whole world fighting against Biafra, but they never knew that they were fighting against themselves. And with a short time of Biafran government emerge, everyone can see it today. A lot of countries in the world is now getting sense. I'm talking about Africa. A lot of people who were thinking that they don't have a right to even to self-determination, they are now seeing it that, oh, so we actually have the right to fight for freedom. We actually have a right to say something. With the Biafran government, all these things start happening. And this is the reason why everybody in this world must understand that Biafra has been being the reason why Africa has been going back, just like the way they supported Biafra, supported the enemy and killed Biafra, support the enemy and take Biafra back where we never belonged to, which is Nigeria. So today, everyone is now seeing it. Everyone is now seeing it. 2-5. Everyone is now seeing it. So, I really appreciate you people for everything that is going on with the Biafran government. God, everyone can see that everything is happening. And today, let me just go straight to the point. You can see everything happening today when the whole called and the so-called giant of Africa, Nigeria, thought that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was the end of everything. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have been their headache. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is now the man they see as one of the greatest person, one of the coolest person, one of the man that has been their best. I mean, one of the man they never in their life believed that he was good. But because of the Biafran government today, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have turned to good men to them. And I want to go straight to the point by appreciating the Biafran government for everything they have did for saving Biafrans, both home and abroad, for taking care of our life and our property, for keeping us alive today. Because today you can see without the Biafran government, every one of us today, most of us would have been answering Musa, most of us would have been answering different kinds of names. But the Biafran government make it so possible for us to answer our name, and our property is there for us today. And everybody is now seeing it. Those who were thinking that everything is going to end, they are now the one crying. That's why they say those who laugh last, those who laugh first cry at the end of the day. And today you can see it. Nigeria today is crying every blessed day. And the man who they were thinking that, oh, let us kidnap him, let us kidnap him. If we kidnap him, everything will end. Now they kidnap him. And they are now the same people who is crying again. Because when you do something like that, I mean, when you do something you not think, maybe you not think about it. Because as a person, you need to think about something. You need to think about what you want to do, the good side and the bad side. But in this name called Nigeria, is a place whereby they don't think. They just go straight forward and do whatever they think is best for them. And at the end of the day, the outcome of what they did will follow them. Now, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, kidnapping him, have been the biggest problem now. And Nigeria is paying the price today. Because if these people ever knew that Simon Ekpa, the Biafran government, the Biafran army, the navy, the air force, including most of us speaking up today, if they ever exploit us, they will never kidnap Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But they never in their life think of it, because they were thinking that those who criminal who were surrounding Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the last bus stop after kidnapping Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Of course, they have used the criminal who were surrounding him, kidnap him. So who is the next person that is going to speak? They found that, oh, everything is going to end like that. But it is unfortunate to them. And today they are crying. Every blessed day they are crying. And I want to use this opportunity, Chineke, to say, let every one of us stand firm and finish this, because this is the time, and the time just left within a short time. Everything have finished. The enemy is crying every blessed day. They are crying. I mean, if the Nigerian state have cried to the national TV, I don't know what you understand by that. If the so-called giant of Africa have cried to the national TV, then if you never get sense before, I believe with that you will get sense. So I really appreciate the Biafran government for every single thing they are doing, the effort they are put in saving our life and property. They cry, the Nigerian government is crying today. It's part of the reason why Biafra have been restored. And those of you people, or most of us who don't, most of Biafran people who still believe in one thing or the other. I want you to understand that if the Nigerian government will cry on national TV, just like Channel TV and others, if this thing happen as it just happened, every Biafran people must go and start doing apply for your national identity card, apply for your everything that Biafran government has given us opportunity to apply. Just go and do it, because Biafra have come. Biafra came in 2023, and now Biafra is being defended. And this was the promise the Biafran government made to us, that Biafra will be restored in 2023 and also be defended in 2024. As every one of us is seeing it today, Biafra is being defended in everywhere. Biafran Navy, the Cameroon government have just announced the $15 million they have lost. What was the reason why? The Biafran Navy. Every single thing they announced, I hope most of us have seen it, the trade and whatever they call it. But because of the Biafran, everything that is happening today, the Nigerian problem today is Biafra. And any day in time they begin to understand this and allow Biafra and everything pertain Biafra go, the better for them. So please, Biafrans, I want to use this opportunity to say, if you have no vote, go and do the voting. If you have not applied for your passport, you have not applied for all these things, ID card, go and start doing all these things. The Biafran government has given us opportunity to do all these things. More especially the self-referendum. You must first of all identify yourself who you are, because without identifying yourself as a citizen of Biafra, I don't think you will have an opportunity to participate in any other thing. So first of all, go for the self-referendum and then apply for other things. So Biafrans and the world, understand that Biafra is the only wisdom. The Biafra is the beginning of the wisdom in Africa, and everyone is seeing it today. So support Biafra, and this is for the world. Support Biafra. For you, Biafra is the reason why you are there today, and without Biafra, every one of you people, you will continue being backwards. But the moment Biafra arises and the moment Biafra is restored, Africa is restored. So I really appreciate every one of you Biafrans, and I really thank every one of you people who have did a marvelous job. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate the Biafran government, the Prime Minister, and every one of us, the Army, the Air Force, the Navy, every one of us who have stand firm to defend Biafra in the absence of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. I really appreciate you people for everything, because it's not easy. Since Mazen Nnamdi abduction, it's those who is speaking right now mean Biafra. Those who is still there today, they are the people who mean Biafra. And I really appreciate you people for everything. It's not easy. For the attack we have get, especially the media, everything, the criminals, those who gang up and say Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, a lot has been did with them. Because most of us, we said it, that those who say Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria, Nigerian state will continue using them. Even after Biafra restore, they will still use them. And they will never relent. And anybody who has ever stand and sabotage Biafra, there is nothing that will ever make the person to change. And there's nothing that will ever change the person for good. And that is it. So I really appreciate every one of you who stand firmly, defend Biafra, even when they are going after everybody, but you still defend Biafra. It is not easy. And I really appreciate you people. God bless you people so much for every effort people have put. In any way you have supported Biafra. I really appreciate you people. My most appreciation goes to the Biafran Army, Navy, Air Force, the volunteers who gain nothing just to defend me and you. Is all they are doing. They are not being paid. They are not being given anything. They decided to take the blade for us. They say enough is enough. It's not easy, and I really appreciate them. And I want to also use this opportunity to say, okay,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I dropped my mic here. God bless you so much.
Thank you.
God bless you, Muchineke.
Thank
And
you, Chineke.
forgive me for some words I used. Forgive me for that.
No,
Thank you
you
so
don't
much.
have to do that. You don't have to do that. You spoke very well. United States of Biafra. Thank you so very much for your input. And of course, in Biafra, Africa dies. In Biafra, everything collapsed. But in Biafra, everything will be restored. Thank you so very much. Of course, we have Archbishop of the Most High and Warri Sister, and of course, one name Simon Ekpa and Eno. I want you to utilize 4 minutes to make submission before we give it to Archbishop and Warri Sister, please. Eno, are you on there, please? I know, are you there? Okay. Let's go to Archbishop of the Most High God. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, somebody.
Mm, mm, mm,
Hallelujah,
mm.
somebody. Whoa!
Holy.
Thank you, my brother. My
God bless.
brother, you are so much. I bless you. May the gods of Biafra bless you. I thank everybody on space this morning. It is morning where I'm talking from, or where I'm speaking from. Homeland. I think Homeland is David. Are you the same with encoding number? You people, your voice is just like the same. But then let's get going. I thank everybody. United States, one name and the triple and everybody in this space. I thank you. Please, there's something. Okay, our topic this morning says, "In Biafra, Africa died." That is a universal truth. I call it a universal truth. And the universal truth is something that is always the truth. Go to east, west, north, and south. It is the same thing. Just like you have today is Tuesday. Tomorrow can never be Tuesday. That is universal truth. Tomorrow must be Wednesday. It is a must that tomorrow we wake up and it is Wednesday. Physical truth is just like saying I want to go to a restaurant and eat egusi soup. It's a truth. Then I go there, man, I want to eat okra soup. That's another type of truth entirely. So in Biafra, Africa died is a universal truth that nobody can change. And again, in that same Biafra, Africa will rise again. That is another universal truth. Now, I heard my brother saying that Biafra University and some of the other people are being feared in the land. Why do they fear them? Why do they see them as also if I say Zematokambo? Why are they afraid of somebody like university and the Warri Sister and some of them? Because they are saying the truth. And I have been saying this, that it is not only knowing the truth. Now, university knows the truth, yes. But he knows the truth. That truth alone that he knows can never make him free. But by saying the truth or by doing the truth, you are free indeed. Again, I want to talk about this truth. Truth is knowledge. This truth we are talking about is when you begin to analyze, when you begin to study, you begin to see things that others don't see. What am I saying in effect? Truth or knowledge is what we call power. You see, those people with AK-47, Musa is shouting today because our PM has the power, because he knows the truth. It is not those that are having AK-47 or those that are, are in the authority are powerful. No. Me and you that knows the truth, and we speak the truth, we stand on the truth we know, and we do the truth we know. My brothers and sisters, they are afraid of us because this word we speak is powerful than guns and bullets. Biafra, Warri Sister and Co, everybody on space, let us continue to be consistent on this truth we say, on this truth we know. on this truth we do. So that, there's a saying in the Bible, those days, that some people gather around, they march through the wall of Jericho. And what happened? The wall of Jericho collapsed. This truth will destroy that jungle. I'm telling you guys, this truth we speak today, anyway, the jungle has destroyed already. No Jupiter, no amount of prayer can save the jungle. Congratulations, the Biafrans, because God has used us to do it. Day one. Before I forget, please, we must contribute $10 every week. $10 every week. Please, let us do this. Let us do the needful, because, man, all the expensive. I'm doing some research. University knows what I'm talking about. All the expensive, but by consistent, I say, Anyukaka, yeah, God bless you guys.
Thank you, Archbishop of the Most High God. Indeed, you are the Archbishop of the Most High God, because you preach and administer the truth. Thank you so very much. Of course, we have a lot of things to discuss. So, Worry Sister is here with us, ladies and gentlemen. Worry Sister, the time for the programming is 4 minutes. I know that you are very good at managing the time, and we hope sincerely that you will help us manage this time. You can take your 4 minutes to say something, Worry Sister, before we give out the mic, and you are welcome to the space.
Thank you, my brother,
Thank you.
University. Thank you very much. Well done for your good work. Thank you, Holmes. Thank you very much. God bless you. Our host, David. Thank you, everybody that are here. I salute every one of us. May God bless us all. May God give us the strength to carry on. We must not relent. I say we are fearless. After PM is us. Forget about the government behind PM, but after PM's face is us that are in this airspace, cracking the zoo, cracking Nigeria to pieces, and they are really, really feeling it. They are feeling it to their bone marrow, and they are confused. We confuse them. We do all sorts with our words. Not bad, just saying the truth, like our leader said. He said the truth will set us free, and the truth will lead us to our Biafra. And that is exactly what we are doing. Mumu always cry. And Mumu will still come to come and watch our PM. Then he will go out there to cry. If he's not crying now, I bet you it's out of shame. He's still going to come out and cry, because we can all see what our PM is doing right now. If you cannot see it, then it's a shame. Mumu said Finland is abating our PM, that if it is the other way round, he wonder what Finland will be saying or the UN will be saying. So I want to say to Mumu that if it is the other way round, Finland will never ever kidnap Oyendu. Mumu, if it is the other way round, I bet you Finland will obey their court and release Oyendu. Mumu, I am telling you again, if it is the other way round, the minute UN gave you ultimatum of 6 months, you will obey it. If it is the other way round. So the other way round is for you to be ignored. All the people that has been talking to you, you ignore them. If it is the other way round, Finland will never plan to kidnap or to crucify our PM. If it is the other way round, our PM will not be hidden to be watching you or to look at you. Anytime PM look at your program or hear your word, He comes out to say it. Can't you hear what he's talking about you? He's not hiding. Why are you not coming out boldly to come and watch him? To come and listen to him? Let it teach you what you're supposed to be doing. Listening to those caliphate people that doesn't know their left from their right. If it's the other way round, Biafra will go in peace. If it is the other way round, there will be no more murmuring, no more crucifying, no more. I don't want to use the word killing because of our guidelines. You know, they will not do that. But Mumu, you refuse to learn. You refuse to do the other way round. And you want Finland to do the other way round. To do what? To release a prime minister of a government to you, Mumu? I don't know why you are still thinking that Nigeria, the zoo country, still have a say in this war. You don't have a say anymore. You've lost your dignity as a country. Nigeria is not existing anymore to no one, to nobody. That's why Carlos Harrison, or the Vice President of America, came to tell you, he's telling you that you should allow us to go. And he's telling us we should do what is right for us to go. That is exactly what she said to us. And that is what our PM said he is standing on, Gidigbam, to deal with you people. Mumu, you will rant from here till that kid don't come. Nobody will listen to you. You know where to go. Go through the proper channel and see what you can get out of it. Does Nigeria still have a constitution? Nigeria has expired, and you know Nigeria has expired. But still, you want to do the bidding of your who? So-called Sokoto Caliphate. And it's not going to help you. The more you try, the more you people will go down. The more you are struggling, the more you people will sink. And can't you see how you people are sinking? Nobody wants to come to the military anymore. Not that you even pay well. And you allow your people to be going down just like that because of Biafra. Does it really worth a soul? Why can't you just allow Biafra to go? So that you yourself will have peace. If not, it will come to your doorstep one day. You command people to go and do all sorts to human beings, thinking that you will go scot-free. No, you are not going to go scot-free. And because of you, Africa is scattered. Mumu, zoo country. Because of you, zoo country, Africa is not in good terms to one another. Because of you, Mumu, Africa has been divided since 67 during Biafra War. And because of Simon Ekpa, Africa will be united again. Because of Biafra, because of Simon Ekpa, Abawu Joku, the Obato Bie, I bet you Africa will be united again. That is why we are here again, to come and tell you that stay off Biafra's back. We are too hot to handle. We are too hot for you to think you are going to do anything to us. We are too much, Mumu. You cannot do nothing to us. Now you are telling people how you are going to destroy social media. How are you going to do that? Why are you forcing people not to listen, or to listen to what they want to listen to? Why are you so controlling? Why are you are a bully. Mumu Musa and the zoo country, you guys are a bully. And the whole world knows you people to be a bully. And you cannot bully us anymore. You can't bully us. And that is why you're getting what you're getting now. Because you cannot stop us, we over here, not to use our social media. to do whatsoever pleases us. Now you are telling the zoo not to use social media. You want to cut it off because they are listening to us. You want to command them. You want to block them. Very soon you will tell them not to eat. That's why everything is expensive, because you don't want them to eat. You want to subdue them. You want to subjugate them not to hear the gospel. Why, Mumu? I asked you. Why do you want to go to that route of closing internet? Do you think that will help stop this movement? This our lovely nation that is coming? Mumu, I told you, no, you can't. You can't. You might look at us, we are just ranting, but we are not. We are not. We are telling you the truth. Our PM does not have your time anymore. Does not mean that we here, we have your time more than enough. We have your time, Mumu. You can come to us openly. Don't be watching us secretly. Come out and speak to us and see what you can get from our knowledge. We are teaching you what to do. Mumu, Misa, Mumu, stop crucifying Biafrans. Stop doing the bidding of the caliphate. It will not help you. It will not save you. Serve the zoo and go back to you wherever you came from in shame. That is all I have for you. Africa will be united when Biafra come. I said it in one of Dr. Golumba's Makimba space. I said it. Little do I know that it will come here today. Africa can only be united if Biafra is here. It's only Biafra. That is why our own Yundi said, Biafra is the last miracle on this planet Earth. Biafra is the only miracle on this planet Earth, and you will remain so. Don't joke with it. It's not lying. Don't joke with it. Whatever he has said has come to pass, and more are still coming. Our people, please, we are here to listen, to learn, and to do contribution. Please keep on contributing, no matter how little you have. Please donate it. We need it. We all need it for your good, for my good. It's not for PM. PM is comfortable. Whatever PM is doing for us, it's for us. And he wants Africa to be united. He wants us to be united. That is why he's doing it. So please, you people should help to support him by donating. That is all he needs. And cast your vote. Do your ID card. It's very easy. And there are so many numbers out there that you can call. Even in those, our media teams, they have it. Call them during their program. They will direct you how to vote and how to do your ID card. It's very important and very necessary. Here in UK, at a point, I think last year or either last year or 2 years ago, they were giving Biafrans refugee. They were calling people of Biafra to come and take asylum, refugee, but they turned it down because they know Biafra is coming. They just want to drive us away from our land, for us to come here, for them to seize our land. Then when they are ready, they will chase us again to Zimbabwe or Gambia, wherever they say they take their refugees to now. When you come here to claim refugee, they don't leave you in that country anymore. They transport you to one of these African countries. That is what they want to do. Come and claim refugee, and they will dump you to another country just to destroy you, just to make you lose your identity. That is who they are. Because they are destroyed already, they are looking for people that they are going to destroy along with them, because they know their end is here. So who can I grab with me? Who can I drag along with me for this sinking ship? That is what Britain is doing. But thank God, glory be to Chukwu Okike Abiyama for our Prime Minister. the Agbaragburu, the Otaneru, the Omudiagidigba, Otota Oruro, the Obato Obie, the Okomo. We salute you, sir. May you live long for us. May your days be long. We thank you for all you are doing for us. We all love you. Bet me we all love you. When we say we love you, we love you. We love you. And we are telling the zoo, you are closer to them than they can imagine. They don't know. From on the 2nd of December, they will know that indeed, the way Onyendu gave birth to you, that is how you gave birth to 1 million of us here now. We are not 100 anymore. That is how you gave birth to us, and we follow you and we salute you. We say thank you so much for what you do for us. And we are rightly, solidly behind you for your good work. Thank you, my university, my co-host. Thank you, my host. Thank you very much, our sisters that are here, my brothers. I just love you all. Thank you very much. I will hear my mic for now. Thank you, Mouthpiece, my darling sister. God bless you. Amushe, I love you so much, Amushe. Kudos. Udo. I salute our Agbaragburu. Udo. Agbaragburu. Udo. I salute you. I hear my mic for now, my darling brothers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Warri sister. Thank you so very much for that wonderful submission. And we must continue. I know, are you back now? Are you close to your device? Do you want to say something? Okay, I know it's not there. Let us go to Emeka Socrates. Emeka Socrates, good afternoon. You are welcome to the space.
Okay, thank you, University. I'll go straight to the point. First, I'll talk about Musa, talk about the topic, and then the one that has been on my mind for a long time now, that is regarding the regions they want to create. First, so I start with Musa. Musa is just a product of the culturing, the programming that the Nigerian system has done since the Civil War ended in 1970. You know, when you talk about government, it's a platform where the resources, wealth, and freedoms of people are gathered together, and there are a couple of people there, and they use the media generally to program the mind, to program the society to think in a particular way. So that's exactly what government is. It's not just about Nigeria, not about Africa, it's all over the world. And so the media had programmed those who grew up with us, people like Musa Do. I might just happy, maybe 2 years or something like that older than him. But the people grew up like that, badly programmed. And that's what has happened in Nigeria. Those of us who were there during the war and after it, been badly programmed by stigmatizing Nigeria, which by extension went on to the Igbos. And everything about us became something that is seen as death, as destructive to their lives. So Musa grew up with that. So he has it in his mind. So, and more also in Yoruba land and all that, they grew up with that sort of thinking. So anything about Biafra is something violent, something evil, something that takes the life away from them. So they can't just come out of that. Even when they are educated, the education doesn't rub it off. It is right there in the cells of their bodies. So that's how Musa grew up. That's exactly how all of them are. Consequently, they have that disposition to Biafra, they have that disposition to Igbo, and they are clinging to Nigeria even is without any reason. They don't have any understanding, and they don't even know the impact of that. So that's why they are always incoherent in their thinking. They talk about Africa, and they talk about neocolonialism. Yes.
So how do we coexist with this kind of people? How do we live with this kind of people in one umbrella?
Yeah, Yes, I'm coming. That's why we cannot. So they are programmed like that. So that's how Musa grew up. Now, Musa happens again. I've tried to look at his profile. They say he went to school and he got a Bachelor of Arts. And in bracket, they put CHN. I've tried to see that CHN. Which course is that? I can't really place it. So because he is so much interested in mass communication, he is so much interested in the media, he is so much interested in the creation of awareness, and I would say he knows the impact of what we are doing here on social media and of the media, the strength of the Biafra Republic government in exile media and what it's doing worldwide and what it's doing even in bringing up Biafrans to have a focus on this. So it has been bothering him because he is also on social media, maybe more than the rest of them. He is just on social media. So it bothers him. Every day he keeps hearing that, which pains him. Each time he sees Biafra or hears every discussion on space. So it pains him so much, he doesn't know what to do. He has been complaining. That's why he's been crying. Besides the fact that he's losing soldiers, it's just because he keeps seeing this thing that has been stigmatized. They have been made to see as something they have to fight with their whole life to destroy. It is now right in his face, in his eyes. When he sleeps, he sees it. When he lifts up his head to eat it, he doesn't know whether the Biafra is even inside the food he is eating. So it is bothering him. Consequently, he has been talking to the press, and his Ministry of Information. They are not doing anything. Foreign Affairs, they are not doing anything. So he has not taken it upon himself to be the Minister of Information. That's why you see him even organizing that stupid interview he organized. And right there, he made a mistake, one of which has been now capitalized on by the Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, recently. He was able to say by himself that what we are having there is war. So look at that. He didn't even know what he's doing. I think after that, seeing the analysis, just not full analysis, but a little analysis that Simon did, they won't allow him to talk again because he's just going to lead them into more and more trouble continuously with that. So that is the problem with Musa. He is a soldier, so he now wants to do the job of the Ministry of Information. He wants to now start to take their job from them. Look at that one with the big eye on channels. We interviewed him. Remember that one told him that he thinks like he has left his primary assignment to now going into not only fighting inside, but the communication side. So that is the thing. Some
So
of us grew up.
Socrates, what do you think if a chief of staff started encroaching into other people's department? Not just an office, he's encroaching a different department entirely, and he's trying to push them. Doing their job for them, or rather forcing them. Because even if you look at that interview, you'll find out that the big eye guy is not impressed. He was not very happy.
Absolutely. Yes,
and,
absolutely. He's
and his
not.
mode of answering questions, it seems very, very sentimental, and he's showing it to the world. So what do you think about that?
Yes, it's sentimental, like I said. You see, like I was saying, when we were born, like me, our parents, sometimes you learn by your parents talking to you directly. Some other times you learn by their discussion. They are not talking to you. They are just generally discussing, you learn it. So I personally grew up with my parents learning that, hotel is a very bad place. You don't go there. They do this and that. So even when I came out of the university and I got my first job, I was asked to go to the hotel. You know what I did? I went there and struck a deal. I took 60% of the amount and gave them 40%. So that's how Musa grew up. He grew up with this thing. So that sentiment is there. That's why he doesn't want to see this thing. It bothers him every time. Now, that's why he had to go to the extent of taking people's job, and they are not happy with it. Now, the house is divided amongst itself. The Ministry of Information, the External Affairs are not happy with him because he is actually telling them that they are incompetent. So, and he's telling them they are not doing the job. He has told them directly. And now you see, it is going to have a ripple effect on them, right within their own ranks. Yes, right between their own ranks. So it's going to have effect. He's taking their job from them because he's bothered because of this inborn, more like, I keep calling it, it's a mental degradation coming from the programming they got from childhood. So they don't think well. They keep telling you Africa was colonized and that. But these same people are the people who are holding to the European colonies. And that's when, from now, I come to the African question where we said that Africa died in Biafra. Yes, because actually Biafra stands as the basic structure of creating a country, if I call it that, that will ever work. It is the structure of Biafra, which is an ethnic nation. Nations that will be stable are supposed to be ethnic nations. They may have tribes. That is why all over the world, either you create them as ethnic nations or you form them in a confederation kind of. then that is the way it is everywhere. There is no place outside Africa that you have this stupid thing that Africans have. In the case of Africa, Africa is a simple product made in Europe. Just like you have a plate people eat until they see made in China at the bottom of it. Africa is nothing but a product made in Europe. And all of us know about how they just took a simple map and they were drawing lines and forming geographical territories into countries. That is the only place it has happened. Every other place, people have agreement by which the nations, that is the ethnicity that is within them, agreed and formed something. Everywhere, including India. That's why India, with all their billion they have, they are able to still manage themselves. But Africans, even with 10,000, they cannot manage. Look at Europe. I keep saying it. Look at Europe. Do you know Iceland? I think the last time when they went to European Cup some time ago, was it 4 or 5 years ago to play? I think that tournament held in England or something. Their population was 336,000. Can you imagine? 336 was the population of Ireland. And during that time, about 30,000 of them went to the World Cup. So they left only about 306,000, not million, 1,000 people back home. Look at Malta. Look at Gibraltar. They are all there. But it's in Africa, they just drew lines. And they now want to force the people into what they now call the nation. So what they are forming in Africa is a forced nation. It is called a forced nation. This idea of forced nation is what killed Africa. So now that Biafra was rising up, or being restored, because it has always been there. We have always had our nations. I'm telling you, we've all. Okay, how did King Jaja Opobo move from Nkwe to Opobo? We were all connected. We were all working together. So, and now, what about Ikore people? We know where they migrated from to that place. So we had nation. What about when we fought the wars across the Niger at Asaba? We had the nation, but only that we didn't have one central government. So even 1967 was a restoration, though it was forced. We were only restoring ourselves. So now, it couldn't hold. So Africa died because
30 seconds left, Emeka, please, sorry.
Sorry?
30
Hello?
seconds left from your time, sir.
Okay, sorry. Okay, let me leave that now. I want to just, please, can you just give me 1 minute? Let me beg our brothers, because this idea of their regional government they are giving, that's what I'm talking about, confederation. Please, there is this thing called federation. In federalism, the power of federation rests in the center. And Nigeria is a federation. They are going to have federalism. Please, in case those people that they are now showing this idea of regionalism is the same as state, though they can give some more power, but in regionalism, you are still under a federation. Therefore, you don't have power to direct your next move, your next generation, the preparation for your future. You are still under it. Biafra is providing you and presenting you an alternative that is the best for you. Confederation as against federation. Confederation means that the power rests in you in those 40 states. So you have absolute control of your future, of your resources, of your timing of what you want to be, of your boundaries, you know, and your borders, you have it all intact, and the center is weak. So if in case they start dangling it like they're dangling, and some of us start saying, oh, instead of our cow to run away, let us cut the tail, because it's going to happen. Some people will now feel like that Akpabio, he is the one also signing this contract of going from Lagos to their place. These are some of the offers that are being made to them. Please, the federation, once you are inside the federation, you can never have an opportunity in the future to change the status that you're having now. Your children will still come up tomorrow and they are going to tell them this is a no-go area. They are still going to tell them that referendum is not in their constitution. So if you want to lock up your children and continue to hear no-go area, continue to hear it is not written in the constitution, then you can accept the regionalism and be under a federation. But if you want total freedom for your people as you are, whether you are Ijo, whether you are a Jagam or Bekwara, or whether you are Urubu or whatever, federalism and confederation, which Biafra offers you, gives you total control of yourself, and your destiny is in your hand. Your children will have their destiny in their hand forever and ever. You can preserve your patrimony and your own race, and you can continue to progress. You can know that in the next 10 years, this is where we are going. Please, whenever you hear federalism or federal republic of anything, borrow leg and run. It is never going to help you. They say that is River State. When I was there, I used to have somebody who used to say borrow leg. If you hear federal, borrow leg, it will never help you. You will never come out of it. Biafra is giving you the alternative. That is confederation. That means federations are all together and they now come together. That is federation, which means power is in your hand. You have your future in your hand. You can decide who to associate with and who not to associate with. These are the three things I just wanted to say. Please, for those who are at the background, they are not listening, they may not be hearing. Those who will soon have a second thought, please kill that second thought, because whether they give you region, it is still a federation. And once it is a federation, the power is at the center. You can never determine your life. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Socrates. I mean, you explained everything in full detail, and
It just hit the nail.
the nail at the head. You buttressed the vital points, and this is very nice. So people understands, because when people are being stupid, I want a complete liberation of my place, not half baked something. I don't go for something that I don't understand. So that is it right there. Thank you very much, Socrates.
And that is what our PM is giving to us. He
Exactly.
said confederated states. Even though we are liberated, even though we are in Biafra, we are still going to govern ourselves. Can you imagine that? Not that we are going to be together like the zoo want us to be together. We are still going, just like you said now, my brother, we are going to be totally free. We are
Yes.
free souls. Those of you that are still having second thought, like our brother just said now, second thought. There is second thought is not there. Can't you see? Don't do second thought and miss the line and miss the point. Come to us, all you that are heavily labored and stupid, so that you will get sense. Come to us, all you that are heavily blind and deaf, so that your ear, your eye will be open to Biafra. We've got everything. Every state, God has blessed us. That
Yes.
40 states, they have everything to govern themselves. There is no one state that is left behind with no human, no God resources given to them. There is no natural resources that those 40 states did not have. None of them. Go and check it out. We all got everything to look after ourselves. Nobody is depending on each other. All of us get what we go eat. All of us get what we go take to survive. Now we they put money for the federal purse. Now our PN talk. And una no wan come, una wan remain for bondage, una wan remain for divide and rule, obey manner na obey and control, abi na control and obey. Now una wan die put, and una dey see better to dey give una for a whole only Biafra. Go and check it out. Only Biafra. Go and check the whole of Africa. They are still in bondage, whether they're free or not. Nobody gets the kind state when Biafra, when our PM won't give to us. Everybody to himself. That is what is given to us. And that is what our brother just said now. Please don't do second thought. That second thought time, you don't finish, you don't pass, you don't die. You don't permit, we don't bury him. You must follow the train before it leaves you behind. Thank you, my university. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Boris sister. Thank you so very much. I want MID Biafra Republic Government in Exile to come and explain to us the similarities between federalism in terms of system of Nigeria and regionalism. I thought that this is a complete change of system of government entirely, as in it since the system has changed, it adopts a different system entirely. The power doesn't have to be in the center. The power has to go back to the people, has to go back to the region, because this now can give rise to indigenous law, the people's law, the community laws, and many things we adjust. So what is your take, MID, Professor Nan, if you can take the mic and explain this, it would be very, very nice if you have the view, because I know that these are your feeds. These are your areas of knowledge. So I think Professor is here. Professor Nan, welcome to the space. Can you hear us?
Yeah, good evening, brothers and sisters and lovers of
We
freedom,
salute you.
especially to Mazin Namdekano, our Biafran Prime Minister, and to you, the anchors of the program this evening. We are all welcome. I want Biafran people to understand that no Biocha Kejiachu Biafra. Yes, but the spirit of brotherhood. It is that spirit of brotherhood that will enkindle the sense of understanding the difference, or what you call the divarium, between the federal system, the confederal system, and the system they used in caging us. Having said that, our brother who spoke before I was given the mic spoke very well in trying to expatiate the difference between federal system and the confederal system. Let us bench it on that particular point. Federal and confederal is very simple to understand. Federal means something that does not recognize the indigenous people. But when you say confederal, it means with, that is the people with the federal. Confederal system, or what you call confederation, means that the people are highlighted. People are being recognized, starting from their local areas, or what you call grassroots government. Meaning that your grassroots government has power to decide on what is going to be happening in the community, because the grassroots government understands every nuclear family, because the etymology of nation is family. So under confederal system of government, the village is recognized, the family is recognized, the regions are recognized, and they are very, very potential in action. That's why you say under confederal system, there is strong regional system. The region is strong, which means the family is strong, the village people are strong. They have power to, to relegate, that is to decide on what is going to be their FATE, meaning the fate. They can decide on what they can do, what their future is going to be. That is where you derive the Article 1, Paragraph 2 of the Charter of the United Nations, which says that the United Nations supports equal sovereignties of nations, both big and small, and also the right for self-determination of peoples. Self-determination of people starts from the limitrospheric territory, meaning from the village, from the family. That's why the
What
confederal
did you call
system
it
is
again,
designed.
Professor? A limito what?
Limitrospheric.
Limitrospheric.
Limitrospheric. Thank you. That means the area that is very, very close to you, which means if you're in your village now, you are a government. In fact, the first government that you have in this world was the local government.
University, can you still hear him? I can't hear him.
I can hear Prof. Really. Professor, can you hear us, please? I think he's getting a call. Okay. Professor is getting a call. Professor, if you can hear us, we cannot hear you. If it is a network issue, you can go.
And all those scientists under political, say that confederal system is the best that people can have so that you can have a perfect representation. But when you say federal system, that has to do with colonial master system. Nobody did this with federal system in the entire Europe. In the entire Europe, nobody deals, even America, deals with federal system, but they deal with confederal system. That's why you be counties,
So, Professor,
because we are under colonial rule,
Professor
colonial
Nang,
effect. So federal system is something that should be quashed in Africa, but the confederal system is the one that we're supposed to practice. And that's the reason why Nnamdi Kanu said it is confederation. You can watch that interview where somebody from my state, a lady was interviewing him. He said, in practical terms, what is it going to be, Biafra? He said, confederation means, remember,
Professor, you are breaking
Academic,
out,
your
please.
network is not good. You're gonna go out.
Can you go out
back
and come
in.
back in?
Exactly. Manase kugodiri aka na nke okpuru ekwu na nwoke dị too much.
Damn.
Na-akụ n'aka.
Professor was making a lot of sense in explaining these similarities between this confederality and federality and stuff like that, because this is where the zoo are being caged, and all these words, all these names are foreign words, and people don't really understand them in details. And operating with this is also a symbol of encapsulation, of enslavement, of colonization, because when the language you are speaking, the official language, is a foreign language, it means that you were conquered. You don't have, especially when somebody take your nation and bring another nation and take another nation and join you together. You and these people do not have the same way of life. It's just like bringing three people and clashing them. It's like packing several ants, put them in a gear and shake it very hard, and you see the ants start fighting themselves. This is chaos. So the builder, the constructor, the influencer, the initiator, the progenitor of this system they call Nigeria is a Confucianist, is a disease, is a very, very wicked human being who would want to see families clash and kill each other and fight, while he goes behind with one of the family member and starts stealing and exploiting them. This is exactly what you have as a state. And we are not going to continue with that. We cannot. We cannot, with our level of knowledge and influence and our experience in this society and in the world today, we cannot allow that to continue to happen. We must, as quickly as possible, resolve these people and cast them out. You have to rebuke the devil and cast it out into the abyss, because the devil, it only came to kill, to rape, and to destroy. And we
Sorry, University, I have posted some things. Please, you can check them out, both the Charter of the United Nations and all those definitions. If a professor is not able to come out, you can use them. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Did you put them on the chat session or on the job run?
On the chat section.
Chat
yeah,
section.
on the chat section.
Okay.
Yes,
I would prefer to read them out, because people are listening. This one was 38 seconds. This one was 8 minutes, 7 minutes. Okay, I know the one you sent first. All right. So I would read them. My host, if you permit me. Yes, we can hear you now, Professor. But Professor, before you continue, please. For example, in the United States and in Germany, They call themselves Federal Republic of Germany, but the system is more regional. Why?
Yes, that's what I wanted to say. You know, before these people didn't have law. There are people you called the Teutonic barbarians. The Teutonic barbarians were the Alemannians, that is the Germany. The German people didn't have law. Now, all these people, during the time you had the Crusaders, they were able to learn the law from Africa and they ameliorated themselves. There is something you call copy and paste. But when you are copying and you are pasting, you're supposed to see the reality of yourself. You have to do that in your copying to correspond to your own reality. Now, they said Germany is practicing federal system, but in practice, it is not practicing the federal system, but it is practicing the confederal system because they did copy and paste. But at the end, they try to do that copy and paste to the response of the exigence of the Dutch people, that is the German people. The problem we Africans are having is that when we are doing our own copy and paste, we don't look at our culture, our reality, our exigence. We just do copy and paste, just like what our politicians, which I don't even like calling them, like the elites, the people you call the elites in Biafra land, those people that don't believe in freedom. What they do is copy and paste without thinking on what is their interest. I can remember the last summit of the world concerning the what do you call it, the United Nations, where the Vice President of America, Kamala Harris, is saying, or she said, that whatever they're doing is to make American interest to be number one concerning the question, between Russia and Ukraine. He said American interest first. She was not the first to say that, but that has been the culture. The problem our people have in Africa is that
Professor,
they are, yeah.
Professor, please hold your several line of thoughts because I almost lost what I want to say. But this system that these people practice here, if you say it's copy and paste, I don't understand because it's like a kind of system that transited from a religious law because you said that they had no law, but they were using the religion. The Bible was a law. Some of it was a law they
Okay,
were using because
let me
yes, because the thing changed from the Christian government to this democracy.
let me clarify myself. When we talk about
Prof, we can't hear you.
Now, Konaka, we have academic
Oh
kindness in
Jesus.
the house. Now, Konaka,
Worry sister, can you hear Professor Nan?
now, Konaka, now, Konaka. Academic.
See,
Yes.
university, there is also, you can have a federation, but you can have devolution, you can see. Now, devolution, that is what, when they mute it at their own House of Assembly in Nigeria, people don't want that. You can have a federation, and then you have devolution of powers, where you can now, according to your own choice, that's what the professor is saying. You can tailor it to what you want. You can bring in whatever you want inside the federation, and then you can see have devolution of powers. That's what he is telling you. So if you can do cut and paste, and then you have devolution. You understand? Devolution now is going to help to balance it up a little bit more than having confederation. But when you have confederation, really you determine your life.
Exactly.
So inside what I sent to you,
University, I
read
can't
also
hear you.
devolution.
I can't hear
I
you
put
at all. Should
devolution
I
there.
go
Check
in,
devolution.
go out
One
and
of the
come back?
things
I
I
don't know if
pasted,
the
check
host is there to
devolution.
bring me
So
back in.
yeah, worry sister, just go out. I'll bring you in. I'll inform Homeland to give you back the mic. So Professor,
Yeah.
thank you very much, Socrates. I copy you. Um, Prof.
University, can you hear me? Oh,
Yes,
the
I can hear
host,
you, worry
home,
sister.
can you hear me? Please,
Yes,
let someone
yes,
speak to me. Okay, is the
yes,
host there? Should I go out so you can bring me back in?
yes, yes. Yes. Good. Okay. Professor, are you back now? Can you hear us, please? Prof. Nan, can you hear us?
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
am I there? Am I there?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yeah. You know, there is network jam today. Let us always welcome the spirit of megalomania because we have won. We have shattered, the commons of the enemies. We need to know this. If the CDS could boldly and shamelessly come out and be saying, calling somebody they said it's nobody, that is the one that is disrupting them. It means that we have broken the yoke. So that is what is there. So that is the reason I say, let us be with the spirit of megalomania, positively speaking. So when I say
What is megalomania?
megalomania means the spirit of positive happiness,
Wow.
being sure of what you're doing, spirit of proof, verification. That's the meaning of
There we go.
megalomania. Thank you. So, can I go on?
You are clear to go on, sir. You have 2 minutes.
So, when I said that the Europeans were people that were not noticed of having an organized society, which means lawless people. The history says that people who organized democracy were from Africa. You can watch it in the story of evolution of life. You can hear Kenya Pithecus, you can hear Zinjanthropus, you can hear Homo erectus, Homo habilis, Homo sapiens, and Neanderthal man. You will hear Encyclopedia as the first form of writing carved on stone. You will also see it in Genesis of the Bible hypothesis that our people have always been there to
So
live.
what hormonal code, what code do we have as Biafrans?
Repeat.
What is our hormone? You said you talk about Homo sapien, Homo habilis. I heard that Homo habilis are the most smart, the smartest.
I said in terms of evolution, scientifically speaking, Kenya Pithecus supposed to be one of the firstborn that represented life, which means Africa. I say Kenya Pithecus, I say Zinjanthropus. Both Kenya Pithecus and Zinjanthropus are from Africa. Homo erectus, Homo habilis, Homo sapiens is supposed to be the last species of human. All those pointed in Africa scientifically. Now, and history said that the first people to have organized society are Africans. And the center of the world was Egypt, which is the Kemet, the upper and lower Kemet. It is also in Genesis of the biblical hypothesis. So our people should understand that we were organized right from the beginning, but something happened against us Africans. Today, it is those that came and robbed us of our science that are teaching us science. And at the same time, they don't want us to know the main science that will make Africa to come together. The main science that we make in this particular temporale, Biafrans to come together. And we are digging it with our.
Your 2 minutes is even over. We lost you. Nothing cause not gonna hang up on my screen. We can keep tapping.
Okay. Professor is at again. He will be back. Let me read the article that was shared by Socrates Emeka. This one was shared 10 minutes ago. Excuse me. Okay. You see, what is the difference between a confederation, and a government. In a federal form of government or federation, laws are determined at both the state and the national level. And government's power is held by state and by federal level government. In a confederal government or confederation, laws are determined mainly at the state level and power is held at the state level. And another article says that security and to take effective collective measures for the prevention and removal of threat to the peace of the people and for the suppression of acts of aggression or other breaches of the peace, and to bring about by peaceful means and in conformity with the principles of justice and international law.
That one is that is the United Nations Charter.
Okay.
I put red on the second one, which is
Yeah,
what Kamala Harris was
number
saying the
two.
other day. Number two. Yes.
It says to develop friendly relation among nations based on respect for the principles of equal rights and self-determination of the people, and to take other appropriate measures to strengthen the universal peace of the people who owns the society. This is incredible what they have here in their charter, and this particular charter has been breached by the Nigerian terrorist state, of course. So, thank you so very much, Socrates, for that information. Yeah, Professor. Network is truly dealing with you today.
Yeah, so the brother is very right in what he's saying. You know, he combined three things. The last is the Charter of the United Nations, of which they heed from our know or from our knowing. They heed this Charter of the United Nations from our knowing. Number one is that when the Charter of the United Nations was formed, African nations were being discriminated or segregated. It started in a place called Bretton Woods, San Francisco, United States of America, around 1942, by the protagonists known as Winston Churchill, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, etc., including Lenin and Stalin. Stalin came after. Now, these people came together in that particular thick forest, inside the forest, and they decided on how they will shape the andament of the globe against what you call the League of the Nations, because from 1840s, what used to govern the world was called the League of the Nations, which was headed by the Great Britain. But this Charter of the United Nations came as a resultant effect of the provocation or the actuality of the First World War and the Second World War. They sat down and drafted what is going to be the new world order as at then. And African nations were being sidelined. That is why African leaders today, most African leaders, are very, very innocua, or what you call ignorant, concerning the Charter of the United Nations. They don't know that what is leading this world, after God, what is leading this world is Charter of the United Nations, of which understanding this principle will help we, the freedom fighters, to always claim our right. Today, they are begging Russia. They are very, very apologetic to Russia. Kamala Harris said, Russia, remember your position at the United Nations, that you are a member, a positive member of the Security Council. When they formed it in 1942-1945, there were 5 principal member states as the Security Council. 5 principal member states, and after they extended it to 14 member states. No African nation was inclusive. So, brothers and sisters, the confederal system simply means making the people, the grassroots, to be the participate in government. But the federal system means excluding the grassroots from political participation. So the confederal is the best. That is the reason when they say the characteristics of confederalism is weak center and fortified region, means the fortified grassroots. While the federal system is for colonialism. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, Professor Nan, for that wonderful, um, detailed explanation. Of course, you and Emeka Socrates, this is a very great lecture today, and people are listening to you and they are grasping what you are explaining. Of course, but one of my major trouble, one of my question is people who do not have this knowledge or the knowledge of this term, Professor, how are they able to manage things appropriately? How are they able to follow up this definition of these terms and ensure that things are really organized the way the system should be? Of course, because there are several level of uh, understanding and another thing in practice. So, Professor, can you
Let me
1 minute to explain?
let me answer you, brother. You know, the politics is a kind of new science that came into place, but everything started from natural science. That's why the United Nations law respects what you call natural law. Natural law is called otherwise use cogens. Use cogens means inviolable rights of
Just
the people.
cogents.
Use cogens, IUS
I
cogens.
thought it's JU.
That is what it's
Okay.
called.
All right.
Either you put it in JUS cogens or IUS cogens, because you know the difference between Americano and European terminology. So they're the same thing. They're the same thing. Use cogens means inviolable right. That thing that makes America not to come and strangle Nigeria because Nigeria caged Nnamdi Kanu, and the same thing that cannot make American government to come and strangle Russian president because he went and did what he did to Ukraine. So, but they make use of what you call directives, sanction, application, and understanding of this right. So now the reason and why people, notwithstanding the fact that they have not got paper qualification or to be called the doctor or professor, but they are following the same step accordingly, is because of natural science, which is the science that the nature gave to mankind. That sense, instinct that makes you to use your obejiri to defend yourself against the animals. If animal want to attack you, you must fight the animal. Or an animal wants to fight your filius or fectus, you must defend your children against external aggression. So people are naturally gifted. Only thing that makes people to derail from the way is called corruption, misunderstanding, misuse of natural science. So people are naturally gifted. But the political science, or what you call international law, only give a kind of direction. Just as when you ask people the meaning of law, many people don't know the meaning of law. Law is simply an instrument used to regulate the conduct of human being, because human being is the Homo sapiens. So the international law is just like law, an instrument used to regulate, because without that law, everybody will go ultra-virus. Everybody will be doing whatever he or she likes to do. But naturally, people know their left from their right. So those who didn't acquire this particular education in terms of quoting the law are not less qualified than those who understand quoting of the law. But when the time comes for people who said they went to school to quote the law, they must quote the law, quote era demonstrandi. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Professor, for your time. It's been very, very useful and very, very um, exciting, very intriguing, very inspiring, very educating, Professor Nan.
University, I have to go out again for the second time. I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just go out now and Homeland will take you back in. Thank you so much, Worry Sister. I'm sorry it has to be like this. Okay. Thank you, Professor and Socrates, Emeka Chukwu. Thank you so much. It's very, very educating whenever you people are around. Please continue to come around here to upgrade the intellect of our people, to upgrade the knowledge of our people, to always come to add to what we already have. The Biafran spaces, especially the space belonging to Biafran Republic of in Exile, is like a school. When you come, you get educated, you get oriented, you get informed, because information, knowledge lies power. And we'll continue to do this because when people don't know, everything goes astray. People perish. So this is why this is very, very pertinent. Thank you so much, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Professor Enoho in our midst, and we have Chukuma Eze, and give co-host to Worry Sister. We also have Marvin, and we have, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you our Diokbara Nkowanini, Diokbara Awumbumi. Thank you so very much for joining this space. May Chukwu Kikabiama continue to bless you. As you people continue to share this knowledge, God will keep blessing you and your family and keep you people safe. So make we move very fast. We have 4 minutes each to make submission on this space. And if you have requested for the mic, you must talk to Biafrans. Your submission is not is however small it is, even if it's one word. Biafrans respect it. Biafrans value it because your words mean so much to us. You are speaking truth to power. Thank you. So, but our Enohost time network is not very strong. So I will have to appeal to Marvin and Chukwumaize and Dokba Awumbumi, and I know to let Enoho, give a submission for 4 minutes, please. And she's also a lady. So Professor Enoho is a very great Biafran.
Thank you
Um,
very much. At this point, I would like you to let them go first, please. I'm still listening. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. So
Thank
if you don't
you.
know, Enoho is a professor, one of the professor and one of the lecturers educating us at the University of Biafra every Wednesday. And she's doing us extremely great. She's very gifted, she's talented, she's a warrior and a fighter. She's a warrior queen, and she's doing the needful. She's on the right path of history, and she's working very hard to ensure that Biafra is liberated, Biafra is restored. So these are people who are going to be great leaders of tomorrow in Biafra. They are going to set the course, they are going to set the path to our future, to our progress in Biafra. And thank you very much, dear sister
Uh,
Enoho. My
University.
brother.
I was gonna ask MID, our minister, a
Please go
question,
ahead.
because there was one one
Marvin,
where they
stand by,
said
please.
there's one where they said that he said Kamala Harris mentioned, and that question, that statement, that the vice president of America said to Russia. I don't know if he can buttress like a little bit, even for like 30 seconds, because that one single word, you understand?
sounds so many meaning. When she, when you are trying to have your way and you're not getting your way through, and during that whole process, you know your enemy right before you, and whatever that I've given you people that platform to be where you guys are today and to be doing what you are doing today is because of what you all agreed in the past. Then after trying so many times to stop them, you understand? Then you come back and start saying, remember your position, in the United Nations. Does that mean that
the
all the
sanctions no longer exist?
it's not even about that. Does that mean that everything that has been done to try and stop us is not working? So it's just like indirectly crying out and saying, can you stop this? Because what you're doing is killing us. Do you understand what I mean? I don't know if you get what I
Yes,
mean.
I see
Because,
the direction you're coming. Yeah.
yeah, so look at the triangular war between Russia, France, and the French colonies. I don't know if you get what
Mm.
I mean, because it's important as Biafra we should be reading in between the line so that we can get all these things that is going on in the world and why this our freedom is very important that we fight for it to the very last. So I don't know if MID is here, if he can like
He
just maybe touch a little bit, if not for 10 seconds before we go. I don't know, please.
okay. MID has left the mic. Professor Nan, you left the mic. Please, can you come to respond to this question if you have the information? Professor Nan, will be expecting you to come back to microphone so that you can respond to this question. And before then, we will move ahead. So stand by, Chukwumaize, and we'll come back. Before we go to Dokba Awombumi, we have Mazi Avin. Mazi Avin, thank you so much for your patience and for joining the mic. You can grab the mic now and speak to Biafrans. We have that here, Biafran Republic government in exile. In Biafra, Africa died, and only Biafra, Africa is also restored. And what you have to tell Biafrans about voting and voting and voting and voting in this ongoing referendum. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother. Good afternoon, everybody. I believe you can hear me.
Yes, yes, we can hear you. Good afternoon,
Good
Abid.
afternoon, my brother. Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy to be here. I used to come here always anyway. So this is where we come and share our ideas as Biafrans and to encourage each other to continue fighting, pushing harder. Before I go to what I wanted to say, I will want to respond to Mazi Chukwuemeka on that question that they asked Professor relating to Kamala Harris' message to Russia. I don't know if you have been following what is happening recently in the NATO family. You understand there is problem in Europe. They are losing. They are losing the proxy war. That's the simple truth. And they think they can scare Russia. Russia is mad. It's a mad country. And this is what Mazen Nanikal is telling us, that we should be mad about fighting for Biafra. When you go crazy, people will know that you are serious. Recently they saw one of the submarine of Russia and their warship in Cuba as of 3-4 days ago. So US was thinking it was a joke when they saw it in Cuba, and they were scared. They have to send their own submarine too to Cuba. And as of yesterday, submarine that belongs to Russia is in the North Pole of UK, their sea. So Russia is really showing them that they are ready for them. Anyhow they want it. So, and let me make it clear to you, this is part of the argument we have been having in our WhatsApp group all this since yesterday and today. Since 2 days now, we have been arguing this thing. And this is the issue. They think that Russia is scared. They don't know that Russia is well prepared for the madness. Imana, in Igbo, they say, ị ga-afụ mmadụ ọsị gị ị chọrọ ịnwụ onye a sizie gị ọ bụ na a na-anwụ anwụ ka anwụọ kịta kịta. That's what is Russia. That's Russia position right now. Russia is willing to go anywhere. They have gone to Somalia. They won the proxy war. They went to Niger. They won the proxy war. We don't want to talk about Mali, how they won, and Burkina Faso. Even in Syria, they won the proxy war against the NATO. They even came to Ukraine now. They won it. Even as of today now, Donbass region, Russia is repairing that Donbass region. They are fixing the places. How many to get back and the money so that people can live there comfortably. They have taken that territory. And from the last peace summit Russia gave them 4 days ago, that Ukraine refused to sign, which it was the advice of the US that made Ukraine not to sign it, was that they should forget about the Donbass region entirely. They should forget about that region entirely. And then talk about organizing a new election, which they knew that Zelensky regime in Russia, in Ukraine, is over. So Ukraine is supposed to organize a new election. And before they submitted that peace accord, they already have the former president of Ukraine, who was the president before US and NATO invaded Ukraine and removed him. And they choose Zelensky. That former president then was with the Belarus president in Belarus when they had with Russian foreign minister. They discussed about this whole thing before they started talking about that peace accord. Now that Ukraine have refused to accept that peace accord, according to what US said, now Russia said that any other peace accord after this will be total surrender of Ukraine. I don't know if you guys are hearing what I'm saying.
Yes, brother, we are hearing you. Yeah, we are hearing
Go ahead.
you. Go ahead.
So what I'm trying to say now is this: when you look at the Europe as it is today, this Europe Parliament election that has been taken up for a week now, you will realize that those pro-Ukrainians are being voted out. Those people that believe in accommodating people from Islamic world are being voted out from the Europe Parliament now. Even in France, you can see what happened. Why Emmanuel Macron dissolved parliament. Because what they are saying is not what they were expecting. The people, the real owners of Europe, are angry. They don't want war. Likewise in America. You see the bill they passed in America, how they want to put mandatory military draft from young
brother, please, let's be putting it that those that conquered Europe a very, very long time ago, that have lived there for hundreds of years, are really hungry. Because I want us to be setting that fact straight.
Yeah, I get.
Yes. Yeah. So even though they are the ones living there, it's on one hand where Europe is not their own. You understand? We all know the truth, so let's be putting it straight. Thank you.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but we are just trying to drive a fact about what is happening in the current politics of the world. The truth of the matter remains that NATO countries, the indigenes, the real owners of Europe, don't want to fight. Likewise in America. They don't want to go to war. And do you know why they are more scared of the war? It's because people in Russia are not even worried about war. You see that Russians are mentally ready for any madness. But these people are not even ready. They are still struggling with a lesbian, homosexual, LGBTQ rights. They are still struggling whether they are man or woman. This is what they are fighting in their own country. They are still thinking, is my son a man or woman? Is my brother man or woman? These are their major problem is this one. Then you want to add another war. That is causing total madness. Now they are having internal problem within. They're already dead. They are dying silently in Europe, and they want to add extra war with a madman, Russia. They are not mentally fit for war now. So that is what is happening. The same thing is happening in Nigeria today. We bring it to Nigeria today. We watch very well what is happening in Nigeria. You will see that Nigeria is not fit to go to war again. Forget all those they are Tucano this, Tucano that. They can't fight us. They know the truth. They cannot fight us. That's why when you listen to Mazi Simon, our prime minister, When he talks, at times you will know that this guy is intelligent and he's smart. I can't doubt him because he has that military tactics full blown in his brain. Over on the Magu Musa that are crying in national TV over one man. When you have all the resources to get the man, you cannot get the man because you are an idiot. You are babu and zoo monkeys. All you know how to do is to come and kill civilians who don't do anything. Do you think that the Nigerian soldiers don't know where our men are? They know the locations, they know every location, but they cannot go to those locations because when they go there, they die. They can't fight us. They know they can never fight us. That's why when I look at our brothers, when you tell them this is what we need now, support what we are doing, they don't really understand it. They are scared. You don't know that you have everything to win your war. We have every advantage to win this war as Igbos. All we need is to continue to support with our whole heart and push harder. This is our time. If we don't get it now, we will not get it again. That is one thing we need to do. The whole world is in disarray. All the enemies of Biafra are having big problem individually in their own countries. You see the way they made everything difficult for Igbos in Nigeria. If they can't do it without the foreign support, and now God is punishing them. Because if you watch the recent Russia position in the world politics, you realize that Russia is like God just picked Russia to destroy so many evil people. The world order, that is those men that gang against the Biafrans, God is using Russia to put them in their positions, put them where they belong. That is why I don't think they are going to
Russia
fight
is
Russia.
one of the people that joined to fight Biafra as well, too,
Yes, I know. But somebody did something out of mistake. You can have a child out of wedlock. Doesn't mean that you don't have any right to have a good marriage again. So it's normal. What if you watch the history very well, you will understand that at that point in time during the 1967 war, that Russia and Great Britain were having problems. But because they were scared of having another Japan in Africa, they have to team together to subdue the Biafrans because we lack media. We cannot speak out. We don't have. It is not like today that we have media exposition everywhere. Everybody knows about Biafra issues. Then it was not like that. I think it was Okoko Tena that was speaking for the Biafrans then. How many people know him? How many people heard about us? How many radios do we
Sorry,
have?
my brother. And then it was Soviet Union, not Russia, because I'm opportunity
No,
to
it
grow up in
wasn't
Russia.
Russia.
Yeah,
It was Soviet
I know,
Union.
it was Soviet
I
Union.
know,
Yeah.
I know it was Soviet region, but mainly it is Russia. We know it is them. You can call them USSR, we know it is them. But the truth is that what happened then was because they were not properly informed about the issue of Biafra. That was why they switched side. And assuming
The thing
I,
I think is because of money. And
yeah,
if
when
you remember,
It was because
and
of
if you
money.
remember,
Yes.
Russia, that was during the Cold War era. Yes, and at least with the little I read about it, one thing I remember is that Russia then was still trying to look for some kind of cooperation with with the big four. Yes, and they were trying like to fight them indirectly in Cold War. So Russia had to agree. If you always remember, Russia have always tried to reach a compromise with them, but because of the arrogancy and because of they feel like they are the powers of the world, they understand, and they can come together and subdue Russia. But today they are surprised that everything they do and put together to bring Russia down is not working, and instead is working against them. So it's just all
Mhm.
about interest, permanent interest. Yeah.
it is
Mm.
always like that in the world politics. Everybody goes for himself
Yes.
first. That's why when I see African countries, I look at them, I say that they are
They
stupid.
run. They run after them. On the mass.
You can see
University,
this
there
small
are so
country.
many hands up,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Avin,
Eh?
you have 20 seconds, please.
No problem. Thank you. So anyway, it is not just much. We know the truth, and I am happy that we all of us are well equipped with information we need to fight for our freedom. I just thank God that we are here, and there is opportunity for us to extend our experience to the outside world. So I would just encourage every one of us to keep pushing hard with prayer and with God. We will get what we want. I believe it. In no distance time, we will be free from this jargon called country, Nigeria. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you, Avin, for that wonderful one. And please, for now, we maintained a kind of 3 minutes so that the mic can go round. When the mic finish round, then we can take it again from one by one again, and everybody will have to be able to respond to somebody's submission and make his own submission. Thank you so much. Of course, before we bring in Professor Nan, Awumbumi, do you permit Professor Nan to go in, or you want to take it first? Diokba. Okay, I think Diokba is saying that Professor should go ahead. So, Professor, if you can hear us and your hand is still up, please can you respond? I think you have two balls in your court to deal with now. A question from Chukwumaize and the submission from Avin. So, what do you have to say, sir? You can unmute yourself. MID, can you please unmute yourself? I repeat. Professor Nan, please come close to your device and unmute yourself. All right. I think Professor Device is getting advice. He will come on. So let us go back to Diokpara Wumbumi. Diokpara, please, can you go ahead?
Thank you so much, University, Homeland,
Thank you.
Warri Sister, and everybody, great Biafrans, men and women that are on this space today. And I would like, as it is in my tradition, I would like to ask God to continue to bless Mazen Namdekano for what he has done, the exposure and the enlightenment he has given to us that brought me into the struggle. I will also like to say, God, please protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Njoko Ekpa. I will also like to say, may God continue to bless our warriors who are standing in
Can you hear
for
me?
us. Yeah. Is it the professor that wants to speak? I can step down for the professor to go on.
Professor, can you hear us?
I'm asking the same question.
Yeah, we can hear you. You are muted.
Go ahead, Professor. I will stand down for you. Go ahead. When you finish, then I come in.
Yeah, Professor Nan, you can go ahead, sir.
Okay, that's good. So there's
You are muted again. You're muted again. I think it's like he's having network problem.
Professor, this your network is coming from Zoo.
You're muted again. Oh God. They don't just want you to speak. You're muted again. We can hear you. Can you hear us now? Okay. Prof, please go out and come back again so they can let you speak, please. Before he comes back, let us go back to our Diokpara. Diokpara, sorry for the interruption, but this time you have to finish your submission. When the professor comes, he will have his time. Please
Okay.
go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll continue from where I stopped. I say, may God bless our warriors, the BLA, the Biafra Defense Force, that is keeping our land, my mother's ancestral land, safe for us. and every one of you that has contributed in one way or the other in making sure that we have a fruitful end. Biafra is an ideology, is a spirit that can never be conquered. That is what we must understand. And the leader was blessed by God himself, the creator of heaven and earth, Mazen Namdekano. And when you look at it, when you connect the dots, and you look at the situation, the condition that brought the Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, you will know that God's hands is in it. Biafra will come by the grace of God. He is the creator of Biafra. You and I, what our ancestors, what our grandfathers, grandmothers, etc., failed to do because of the conditions that was prevalent within their own time, is what we are coming here now to correct. And I would like to say this in military view: if you cut off a people from information outside the world, you have conquered that people. If you block the access where their foods, etc., are coming from, you have conquered that people. That was what happened to Biafra in 1967 to 1970. Biafrans were cut off from the international community. Biafrans was blocked from food because it is only a man or woman that eat and belly full in our common, parlance will always carry gun or assault rifles, have the strength and power to fight the enemy off. That was what they prevented us, not just Nigeria, but most of the generality, so most of the African countries. Russia, USSR as at that time, Britain, and the rest of them. US came in later on to think otherwise, to right the wrongs, but it was too late. That was why we lost that war. We didn't lose that war because we don't have men. We didn't have men to fight for us. We lost because the world
Can you
came
hear me,
heavy.
House?
I am on mic now. Professor,
Okay.
can you just hold on? If you can hear me, I will round up in a few minutes. Then you come inside.
Go on, Nubiakpara. Go on, sir. Go on.
Okay, thank you so much. These people don't want us to come out because they know you more than we know ourselves. Like Mazen Namdekanu said, God is punishing us because of we left him, we abandoned him. That was the reason why he sought the face of God before embarking on this struggle that brought me in, brought every one of us in. These people know you more than you know yourselves. They knew that if Biafra comes, the black race on this earth will be delivered. They knew. If you look at the slave trade and the blacks that they've taken both in the Caribbean, what they call the West Indies, and in Africa, the subjugation, the intimidation, politically, economically, they have done to us, you will realize that these people really know who you are. How are we going to deal with these people so that they will not come up to challenge us? They devised means. Even when they left, they were indirectly ruling us, imposing their stooges against our own people. This time around, Biafra has arisen, and there is no way stopping them. There is no way stopping us. That is the reason anything they do, whether in the congregation of the United Nations, European Union, ECOWAS, AU, and the rest of them, they are not succeeding. And they will never succeed. Bear in mind that you are sent to restore Biafra. In Biafra, Africa died 1967 to 1970. The world fought us. They killed us. They rendered us hopeless. They scattered us, just like the way they scattered the children of Israel all over Europe, everywhere. But there comes a time when God will reunite his own people and they will come back. And that is what we are doing today. Do not be afraid. The only savior, the only hope for the black race in the world today is the restoration of Biafra. And once Biafra comes, you will see what is going to happen. There will be a paradigm shift in what is called the status quo of the world today. Do not be distracted. No matter the attacks that you get from anybody, anywhere, any quarters, please continue with what you are doing. We are getting there. I don't have much to say, but I urge all of us never to relent. We are getting there. It is a call from God, and we are capable of answering it. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to bless all of you. Your precious time that you have taken away to stand and propagate this gospel will never be in vain. As you are doing it, as all of us are doing it, the spirit of those that left us, that fought before us, will never abandon us. Chukwu Okike Abiyama, in his supreme nature, will never abandon us. We will do what he has asked us to do, which is to restore Biafra, so that the black race, the children of God, scattered all over the world, will be free. Thank you so much, and may God bless all of you as we go on.
Thank you so very much, Diokbara Biafra, from the eastern part of Ghana. We salute you. The Biafran government bring you people over there in Ghana a very warm greeting. And may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to bless you over there. Thank you so very much for this wonderful education. We must continue. Before we go back to Professor Nan and Chukwu Maize and Mighty Dot, let us take Uzogbo to have 3 minutes submission, and then we'll come back. Mazi Uzogbo, Mazi Ugogbuzo, Mazi Ugogbuzo, please. If you are close to your mic, please talk to us.
Yeah, thank you.
Salute you.
University. Thank you. For a long time now, I've never been on because of the epileptic service that we are experiencing in Biafra land, anchored by the zoo. I want to thank the ministers present. I can see Wari, sister, and the minister, homeland, and everybody. So I am so grateful to you. I can see the spirit is ever high. The spirit is ever high in this struggle. What you people are talking, the topic you are discussing is so interesting. When you look at the world order, you can see that Russia is trying to cut, trying to, inflict injuries on these people. They are remembering what America and the Western Europe did to them in that Cold War. I think Putin was a military man then, being the president of the country. Putin said, I can forget, but I cannot forgive. I cannot forgive. So he is giving it to them, fighting them from all angles. And the same thing with us here. No matter the shenanigans they are doing, trying to, kill innocent people. Whenever a BDF, attack them and decimate them, they come around to kill innocent people, people who has nothing to, that has always been their bane. During the Nigerian Civil War, they used to throw bomb in the marketplace. I remember a particular time they came to, to attack somewhere in Uli Street. Then, instead of going straight to attack military targets, they threw the bomb at a market called Nkogbe then. It killed a lot of people. So, but all those things is not going to stop us. What they have really done is that they have created monster in all of us. They pushed out to the world that we cannot, we don't have any option than to fight back. I remember one of the words of Hannibal. He said, we either find a way or we make one. I thank God for the likes of our Prime Minister, Simon Egwa, who is really doing wonderful job of really equipping our boys, to the teeth to carry out this, job perfectly, And I also thank our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. He's going to come out. Nothing is going to happen to him, no matter what. His spirit, in fact, he prepared for this for more than 20, 30 years, or 30 years of his life. He prepared for this. That's why his mental toughness has no equal. So I thank all of you. I am in a place that is so tight. I'm along the road. I don't want to take up much of your time. Thank you, University. Thank you for giving me the little opportunity to talk. Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, Gogbozo. Anytime you come around, it makes us very, very happy. Speaking from the homeland and speaking like a Biafran.
Yeah.
How do you know a Biafran? A Biafran is someone who talks the truth without fear of anything, who talks in presence of his enemy without fear, because the gods of our land are with us while we fight this battle of truth and this battle
100%.
fight against
100%.
darkness. Yes. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Mm, you're welcome. Let us go back to Professor Nan and Chukwumaize to have a discussion for 1 or 2 minutes, and we'll give it to Mighty Dot before we bring in our lecturer and another professor in the making. So, Ndewo no Mochineke. Professor Nan, are you still in there? Oh man, the network is not so good with him today, and of course we've enjoyed him a lot. They don't want to let him speak now. So,
No, he's taking advice from the madman.
Professor doesn't usually seek advice from such people. It is Peter Obi that always do that. You get advice from a madman, and his madness became double. Anybody who get advice from Peter Obi, that person is having like a triple madness, because his own madness plus that of Peter Obi times the madness from the madman. That's like hell. Jesus. Okay. So, Professor Nan, are you in there, please? Sir? Professor Nan. They're not going to
I'm
let
here.
us.
I'm here, University. I'm just listening with keen interest, wonderful submissions, and I'm really
Oh,
impressed. So go ahead. A lot of hands are still up, sir.
okay, sir. Thank you so much, Dr. David Nana. Let us give it to Mighty Dot before we hand it over to Chukwumaize. Chukwumaize asked a question earlier, and of course, Professor Nan is around. But before he has his way in on the okay, he's giving his a sign. Professor Nan, MID Biafran Republic Government in Exile. Please, can you unmute yourself, sir? Professor Nan, I repeat, can you unmute yourself, sir? Yeah, I think Professor is still battling with his network. I don't know if the what is from my end, but let us continue with Mighty Dot before Professor have his way in the space. Mighty Dot, you are welcome to the space, so I salute you.
Thank you, my brother. Can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
Go
I
ahead.
thank you, the brothers and the goddesses. Um, it's good to be among you today again, even though I'm at work. When I look at the topic, I couldn't help but, to pick up the mic because fact is fact. It's been a long time I've been hearing that word. In Biafra, Africa died, and in Biafra, Africa will resurrect. But I wanted to add a twist to that by saying not just Africa, but in Biafra, the world lost control. The world lost its direction. And in Biafra, law and order will be restored, not just in Africa, but all over the world. Because we are the people that carry the symbol of humanism. We are the people that carry the symbol of humanity. Ma'ndo. We respect life, the sanctity of life. But these people did everything possible to corrupt us. And this corruption stretched out in many forms. It comes in many dimensions. There are different factors that put us where we are today. And I'm sorry to say it, but all of them still have to do with religion. Because when you control what people believe, when you control the belief system of a people, you control their existence. And that is what these people figured out. And that is why they control our existence up to this day. Because they controlled our belief system, they controlled our faith. So, like what my brother said, I forgot his name. He was on point with the brother that answered the question that Chimweze asked, Chukwumeze asked. You see, just the G7 meeting that was just concluded. Look, if you go on the internet online, Joe Biden is being made mockery of, made fun of because he was wondering about like somebody that don't even understand where he is. As I'm speaking to you right now, I'm saying as early as next week, a new presidential candidate from the Democrats will be emerged. They are making a meeting that gathering right now to push Joe Biden to the side for him to go and rest. Even the Vice President Kamala Harris might vying for governorship in California. And the current governor of California is the one that will be the Democratic candidate in this coming election against Donald Trump. That is what is happening right now. They've been trying to cover it up, cover Joe Biden up for so long. It's become obvious. Even the Europeans that attended the G7 meetings, all of them they were saying that this is too much, that he wasn't even present at the meeting. It's like his mind was somewhere else. He's losing it. Every one of them, you come to your contraction, the zoo. That one, they call Tinubu, that one is falling. His falling hasn't started. Everywhere is crumbling. You go to the monarchy, the British monarchy. That one, I don't know whether he has the stage 4 cancer or whatever.
All of them are crumbling because you know what? The appointing time has come. And we're talking about Russia. Russia, they were in sector, they were trying to seek for favor. They were trying to be accepted. Russia have bent their back enough to the West so that they can be included in things happening in Europe, in the unions of Europe. But everything Russia has tried, they keep pushing Russia, they keep sidelining Russia. And right now, Russia has woken up. Enough is enough. Russia is fighting for Africa with genuine intention because Russia has come to realize that Africa is where the hope of humanity, the hope of future lies. China even recognizes it too, that the hope, the new civilization, the new world order, the new paradigm shift that is coming is from Africa, where it all started. And that is why I said we are going back to the origin, where it all began. And that is where the new civilization of humanity will begin, what I called ultra civilization. That is what is going to start with Biafra. That is why these people are willing to go to war with Russia so that they can scatter everything. They've been pushing Russia so that nuclear war will start. But Russia have held back so much because they see that they are losing ground. They've just concluded a BRICS summit. They just concluded BRICS summit. What the theme of that summit was multipolar order. Because America and the West have been practicing this, what is it called again? The unipolar order. They've been operating on this unipolar order. But right now, Russia and China and the BRICS, they are coming with multipolar order. So that one country or one people cannot just be controlling the whole world, policing the whole world. And Russia know that for this to be possible, Africa needs to be free. And that is why they have come to offer their help so that Africa will be liberated. That is why Russia can never raise its hands, raise one single arm, one gun against Biafra in this coming war. That is why the zoo is crumbling, because everywhere have deserted them. UK right now, all they are doing is a running of a dying horse. They know they have lost it. That is why they are cleaning the house, making sure that they clean out anybody that is not from UK. Anyhow, even if you commit any little crime now, they are willing to, they can throw you out. They are trying to minimize, they are clearing house so that whatever that will be, whatever resources they will have left will last for them in this coming winter that is coming against them. They don't want to share the resources with non-British. So that is why you see they are gathering non-documented immigrants or whatever they call them, deporting them to Rwanda. My people, if you are a Biafran and you don't know what the time we are in, you don't deserve this freedom. We are in a moment like never before. And the man that is in charge of this right now, of this journey, of the restoration, this special assignment, mission that we have come to fulfill, this man has been here before, just like many of us. And he knows the codes, he knows the secrets on how to. Do you think he's operating on the wisdom of ordinary man? Do you think Simon Ekpa is operating on the wisdom of ordinary man? He's operating from the wisdom of the order of the 24 elders. Every forces of goodness, every forces of kindness, every forces of justice on this planet Earth are with him, are with Biafrans. And that is why we can never lose. That is why the world will crumble. Instead of Biafra not to come, the whole world will be on fire. But because of Biafra, this nuclear war will not happen, but they will destroy themselves in so many ways that at the end of the day, children, we people, youth from Europe, youth from America, and even here in America, many of them will come to Biafra to come and work in a factory in a warehouse in Biafra. Mark my words, because law and order is about to be restored. For this world to have peace, for this world to move forward, for things to change, Biafra needs to be restored. And when Biafra restored, we are going to lead the world again back to the origin of humanity. Why do you think that America and the West are so much promoting this LGBTQ? Because their plan is to destroy the order of existence so that we can be replaced with robots, artificial intelligence, because that is the era they are pushing right now, AI. So for AI to take over, for them to use to control the world and still be in charge, because they see that awakening is happening. People are waking up from their subconsciousness. So they are scared that their empire is going to crumble. So in order for them to still be in charge, the guy will make sure that they reduce the population of humanity so that AI will be in charge, which they will be controlling. The labor that humans are supposed to do, AI will start doing them. They keep them in charge. That is why LGBTQ, so that birth, reproduction of humanity will decrease. When a gay man and a gay woman are together, they can adopt a child, maybe one. When a lesbian, a man, a woman, and a woman get married and live together, they might just try maybe one, or might not even. At most, they can just try and get a donor, sperm donor, and have one. They are trying so hard to reduce the population of humanity in every way. So, my people, let others talk, but let us understand that Biafra is a solution to this madness happening in the world today. Biafra will restore law and order, bring humanity back to its track, so that we can be able to obtain and attain this level that is coming, which is called 5D, fifth dimension, where we'll be able to join with our spirit being, march together, and become whole. And all our supernatural powers and abilities will be restored. Thank you, my people.
Yeah,
Thank you
can I
so
go
very
ahead?
much.
Because
Yeah,
I'll be going for a meeting.
Chukwumaze, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you for your patience because in Biafra, Africa is suffering. In Biafra, Africa died. And of course, in Biafra, Africa will be restored. Go ahead, Chukwumaze. I think it's time for you to make your submission now. And Professor Nan will come back later, probably, to
All right.
respond to your question. Please go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Again for the opportunity. You see, what my people, what I want to say is everything that is happening today is nothing new. You understand? Because of the the continuity of humanity, and because of we are meant to come, go, you understand, reincarnate, come, go, until we get everything right. The thing I want to tell my people is listen, this world we live today was damaged by humanity. And this world will be fixed again by that same humanity. So that we may learn from the past, the present, and make sure that the future ahead will be bright and we will not have all these things. That is why the supreme being, the supreme creator, Chukwu Abiyama, sits on the throne and his eyes is over everything. Everything comes from him. He could have just destroyed the whole world, and start all over again. But he chose not to because he's a merciful God. And he wants to show humanity why they need to turn back to him, and also why his will, only his will always prevail in our lives. Why am I saying these things? Because I want us to understand that the things happening today is not new. It has what happened in the past. It might be happening in a different kind of way. in those days it was emperors and it was kings, but now it is presidents, you understand, nations and all those things. It's all the same, but it's just that it's happening in a different time and in a different way. And I need you to understand that. Look at the history of the world. When those who when those who are leading the world have come to a realization that, man, this our way of leading things is not sustainable and it is fading away. The power is slipping away from our hands. What do they want to do? Is to try to create a war so that they can change the world order. Yes, and also every country that owe money, that has debt, you understand? Because trust me or not, development costs a lot of money. And for all these nations that are developing at a faster pace, they need energy, they need money, and they need all these things. And that thing further leads them into debt. So when they create that war, what does that new war order do? It brings new agreements, you understand? Some of them will use that as an opportunity to wipe away all their debt, change everything, and still make it favor them. But you know, the only thing different this time is the finger of God, you understand, has shielded his own people and have said that there will be no war. Because left alone, after everything, they tried to use Ukraine as a proxy war and all this thing against Russia. The only option they have left is a third world war. But waking up to see that the ship of Russia is at Cuba, is at the North Pole of Britain and all that, doesn't that tell you something? It tells you that there's not going to be no war. What there's going to be is the new world order will be a shift in the balance of power in this world. And that will happen with the coming of Biafra. Because everything starts in the center. You understand? And in order for it to go back to normal, it has to go back again all over to the center. It's just like a human being. We humans, we were made from dust. You understand? You come into this earth by your forebearers bringing you. After you die, you have to be buried because you need to return back to where you come from. So why am I saying all these things? It's just for us to understand the importance of this freedom that we are fighting and the need why we need to support continuously and do the needful. Trust me, the ideas of the government and the system of government that we are going to practice is going to be sustainable like no other. The world will learn from us because every system of government has been tried and you see that it has all failed. But with Biafra, it will bring new way of doing things. And I'm so happy that the civilization that we had in the past, Biafran and Africa as a whole, despite the fact that these people that came to pillage us took away everything, they were not able to take away the trace of everything that made us who we are in the past, or like that showed the achievement we gain as a people. Understand? So ask yourself, now this is down to the topic. Ask yourself, why is it that in Biafra land you have autonomous community? Because we are the kind of people that we respect human being as an individual being, as a Republican by nature. You understand? As an egalitarian, like a person, as a human being. You understand? We don't lord it over anybody. And that's what we want to bring back to our people. Because we need to be sane before we can extend sanity to the whole world. And that's what the government or the system of government we are going to practice is going to bring. You understand? So just take a look at a confederating state whereby there's going to be equal balance of power. And every parastatus of the governmental system or whatever structure the people will agree to put in place will act as a checkmate to one another. So whereby maintaining that balance of power and maintaining that nobody's right is being crossed over. So please, it is very important we do what we are doing, we support what we are doing. Trust me, This is the Armageddon they are telling you. This is that end time in the Bible that they tell you. Because a new beginning is about to be born like no other before. So please, I really have much to say, but I really quick to rush to a meeting. But I'll come back and I'll make more submission. So I said, let me just leave it here for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chukwumaize. Professor Nan, you are back, but Professor Nan, you have to wait for 3 minutes. Let us take Chineke, Mazi Chineke Celestine Onwapara. Mazi Onwapara, please, you are welcome to the space.
Oh, hey, Biafra.
Oh, hey, Biafra.
Yeah, my brothers. I am listening to what you are saying, and I'm happy our people are encouraged and to know when the season and time. The children of Issachar, they know the season and time. And we are those children of Issachar, all that enrolled in line with the struggle of Biafra through Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. We know the season and time. This is a struggle that leads to pure of heart. If you are not hard with pure of heart, you will not be there. I can never go in. Our Mazen and the Kanu said it's time of whiter and white and whiter than snow. Those who are not there will never go in. If anyone that has been polluted will be removed on the line. And I believe all of us and those who are believing are moving forward, following up. It is not a little, don't start that today. It is the God program. And God hold this program. That's why I said the children of Issachar, they know season and time. I'm sorry, those whom my word may be offended, because I always go in spirit. And it goes in with the word of God. Because the spirit that controls the physical. And if you're not in the spirit, it will never know where we are going. Because God is a spirit. And those that believe in him, worship him in spirit and in truth. So my dear friends, those who knows what we are going, where we are going, and those who believe and really submit themselves, because many of these are Biafran lovers of freedom. They submit and everything, not even some life, some knowledge, some wisdom, some every kind, physical, wealth, and other things. But it is a God program. And those who don't know it will never know that. From the beginning, it was said that at the perilous time, the God will gather his people first. Jews first. You gather all the Jews. That will be Jewish nations in the world will stand as one, as the United Nations are standing. That's how they will be in time to come. And they face the struggle of mankind, the savior of life. As it is in heaven, so shall it be done on earth. That's why Biafra is a new Jerusalem. People were asking, why new? Because it had not been existing. It will come to exist. Biafra is a new Jerusalem. People don't know. But those who know it and those who will be used. When the time comes, we ask, who will God use? And when the time comes, God will come presenting Nnamdi Kanu. And when the people around him polluted everything, we ask, where will you get the help again? So it is Finland. We are asking, how will I get the help from Finland? We don't have anybody there. What connection did Biafra have with Finland? And one day, a young man showed up. People thought he's from maybe he's residing at Germany. He comes as a traditionalist because he do wear our cultural attire. But when it begins to prove himself, people begin to understand. Those who saw him earlier begin to show up. Myself, I'm speaking from Italy. Everybody knows that Italy and Germany stand as majority of the people that followed Nnamdi Kanu in this pursuit of freedom. He went on the National Executive Council. I spoke of this young man, and then people misquote me, and all of them went around. In fact, they shut me down. People hate me because of that. I told them they never see anything because what I saw, they never see that. When they see it, they will understand. Let me go over to what's happening now. In Russia, it is the same program that's going on. Everybody knows that the United Nations, Britain, led the United Nations. And earlier, they pretended that they like democracy, they're installing democracy. But until Biafra, the democracy ended in British system. We saw that. And then we push up wanting to know more further what's going on. British, all of them have to dissolve the USSR. We know that. And America, we know that. Then, what is causing of the problem today is one British, a zone in Ukraine, they call it Crimea. This Crimea is a Jewish people, and nobody understands this. Crimea is a Jewish people, just like we were talking of Biafra. Who will ask question? Why is it that in 1967, Israelites are fighting war, Biafrans are fighting war? We lost the battle because of the sabotage. Our people committed evil, many. But this time around, we started by that what God wants.
Please, who is speaking? We can't hear you any longer.
We lost him.
University, or what is sister? Are you there?
Yeah, we're here, sir. Chineke is just finished his submission. Chineke,
He
thank you.
was muted.
He was
Now,
muted.
yeah. Am I clear?
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you, my dear.
go ahead.
I don't know what I'm saying. Maybe I'm sorry. I will continue
Yes,
because
I'm here.
No, you're doing good.
thank you, my
You're
dear.
doing
So
extremely
what
good.
causes
Just
our
continue.
dissent is that the Crimea, Netanyahu said, soon the dependent of a Jewish nation will begin more. Some people, he mentioned those areas. One part of Morocco side. Another one is Biafra. Another one that is a zone of this Crimea they're talking all about. Most of us may give wrong impressions on what's going on, but God knows what's going on. Raising of this man called Putin. Putin, if you look at Putin, not actually he want to get the Crimea in order, but he wanted to make Crimea to have independence. Because Europe always hunters of mineral resources in the whole world. As they have hold Africa down, it is because of what is in Africa. 1884 Berlin Treaty was to divide Africans and to hold us down. Since then, I hold down. They held us down since then. So it is what's going on also that side. Europe are benefiting because of Crimea is the only zone where there is petroleum, other things in that very Ukraine. And for the fact Europe and America had decided to destroy the USSR, Putin and this Russia are not happy that their kingdom have been divided by Europe and America. And they did not participate and jeopardizing African benefits, as they call the earlier European merchant in Africa, because that's where they come from. So for this fact, when British left Europe, they know that they want to come to control the Commonwealth of Nations, where they called Commonwealth, and that Commonwealth was only in Buckingham Palace, where that wealth was stored. If we are showing you the warehouse, what do you call it? I don't know how to mention it, of gold, platinum, diamond, silver, and other mineral resources, warehouses in Buckingham Palace were stored, all from Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, other African nations, in the name of colonialism, and the Commonwealth of Nations. Commonwealth, common, means all of us. But why our people are dying with hunger? Why are we children not progressing? Why are we dying? Why are we slaves all over? Many of time now we are slave ourselves. Before they slave us before, now we slave ourselves in order to get white collar job. Why that in Biafra land zone can never have a light, and they give us that name, Nigeria? Unlucky people, black people, darkness, where the light will not be shown, and the only side where that light will be shown must be pressed down. Because if you leave them, they will rule the world, because the people God have already blessed them, gave them everything on it. The same thing happened in Crimea. Crimea have everything. Just like Biafra, just like Israelites. The children of God have been blessed, both in whatever place on the ground. And now the Europe are trying to make sure that have utilizing that side, because they're benefiting it. Now Putin discovered to tell them he did not go to Africa. Also, they didn't go to Africa at the earlier time. They did not follow to go to seek diamond or whatever gold mineral sources that Europe went there. And why Europe are using their own at the same time disorganizing their unity, because he still believes he can one day gather his people again. But I know it may not be like before. Now, this area was that when Britain left and they discover that Europe, they want to put the problem. Everything happening in the whole world is caused by Britain. Every crisis goes in, trace it anywhere. It is British arrangement. Both to COVID-19 or whatever that they use, but it is all management by them. They manage it and organize it with the brigade and the group, and then sponsor it and sell it through the China. And this is the COVID-19. And it happened. They found their way. But the reason why they put it, most of all, to upset, to remove Trump from the seat. Because after the Trump declares Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, they all become afraid. What will happen next?
Should we go by the time university?
Excuse me? Repeat. Hello?
Yeah, because time, I think we have so many hands up. If you have like 30 seconds to submit, please.
Okay, thank you, my brother, my sister. I'm waiting up. A lot of things are happening. However, we believe that through what is going on and what is it that God wants to place in us, our prayer should be, let the will of God fulfilled. That let our prayer be answered, and our prayer have already answered. We will carry the Africa. All what God planned us to demonstrate, we're going to demonstrate it. The children of God, Biafrans, all freedom lovers. And
please, who is speaking? I can't hear anybody.
You can't hear me anymore? Are you hearing?
Yeah, he's almost rounding up.
Okay, I'm rounding up.
David, can you hear us?
I'm rounding up. Let me go. It is too long.
Yes, I can hear you now.
It is too long, my dear. Where I'm going is too long. And then I am urging all of you, Biafra Republic government, whom the center of God program, you are holding the program of God, and continue. Do not in your action. Continue moving forward. God is with you. God is with our Prime Minister. God is with Biafra. God is with us in everything we are doing. We are doing part of.
Unfortunately, I can't hear him.
Again, why this nonsense?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's network.
Yeah.
Chineke, thank you so
Don't go
much.
away. University, tell him not to go
Don't go
away.
away. Yeah, don't go away. Just stand
Thank
by,
you.
hang in there.
Thank
Thank you so much. Thank you so very much.
you.
Alobi, you are trying to come in. Try to request again and come inside and talk to us. Of course,
University.
yeah, my host.
Thank you.
I'm worried, sister. Sir Williams, I've been demanding for Mike for a long time. I've been trying to bring him. It has not been possible from my end. I don't know whether you can try your end, Sir Williams.
Yeah, I tried to. I've sent him mic before. I also struggle giving him mic. All right, thank you so much. Our host, if you don't mind, we must continue. The mouthpiece of the gods of our land is there, and Cripsy is there, and of course, Professor Nan is back. Professor Nan, hang in there. Stand by. Let us take mouthpiece before we give you the mic back. Mic, please, doesn't take much time. Mouthpiece, you have 4 minutes. You are welcome to the space now.
Thank you so much, my wonderful brother, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Biafra.
Mouthpiece of the
I
gods.
I hail you. In fact, you know
I
me,
can
I
hear
don't
her.
take too much
I
time.
can hear her. What is sister?
Oh
Can
my
you hear
God.
her?
I
Oh,
was
okay.
hearing. Yes, I can hear her.
Okay. Universities, just hang in there. That's what they do. Sometimes they make me, I don't hear anyone. And after a while, they will release me. So just hang in there. They are just playing with us. Okay. So let me greet. In fact, I didn't come to speak because you guys are doing shortly well. I just wanted to do what I usually do when I don't want to speak, to come up here and thank you guys for doing the needful, for all you do, because you are the Biafra angels on air. I say it all the time. We have to, even if we don't speak, even if you don't have anything to say, just come up, take the mic, and say thank you to these wonderful Biafrans who are always holding the space for us. So I greet you, Homeland David Nana. I greet you, my wonderful sister, worry sister. Urobo Isoko Wado. My wonderful brother, University, I greet you, I hail you. And all the wonderful brothers and sisters, all the ministers on this space today, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for standing tall, for just coming out here, picking up the mic and saying it the way it is. Truth personified. That's what we are. And we will keep they're preaching this gospel for the whole world to hear us. So I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep doing what you're doing. I am with you in spirit. God bless us all. He say, I yield the mic. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That
University, are
was
you
the
there?
mouthpiece. Can you hear me,
Hello.
what is sister?
Yes,
Can
what is
anybody
sister?
hear
Can
me?
you hear
I
us?
can hear you now. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you, host. Go ahead.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can
University?
hear you. We can hear
Yeah,
Okay,
you.
we
We
okay.
can hear
can
you.
hear you.
Okay, thank you so
What is
much, the
sister? Can you hear
mouthpiece.
the host?
I cannot hear the host. No, I cannot hear the host.
Oh God.
So should I go out and come
So
back?
Okay.
Look,
go
they
out
are
and
just
come back.
playing with.
Yes.
No. There's no need going out. No, they're playing with us. Just wait a while and they will release it for you. So don't worry about it. They've been doing it
Go
for me
ahead,
since.
David.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
shall I go ahead?
Okay, I salute you, the mouthpiece of the gods. Yeah, you are always eloquent, straight to the point, and giving it to them woto woto. Badamiciously, now from your hand I learned that English. Badamiciously. Thank you. You are
Thank you. Thank you so much.
wonderful sister. Thank you so much for that submission. Thank you, fellow Biafrans. I've been listening to wonderful, wonderful submissions. So I'm just relaxed, happy, and listening to Biafrans making their wonderful contribution, doing justice to the topic in Biafra, Africa Died, Part 2. You see, this in Biafra Africa Died is not something that can just be, we can't finish this topic even in a month. So we'll be taking it as it comes. Today it's part 2. Tomorrow we may relax, take other topic, then continuously, because Africa need to understand that for them to stand, for Africa to be awakened, for Africa to rise up again, for Africa to take its position in the world circle, Biafra need to be restored. So Africa has an obligation of supporting the emergence of United States of Biafra. That is the only way Africa can save itself. Very, very important they understand it. So on a broader view, next time we are going to treat this topic, we are going to share it to every African platform that you know about. Very, very important, so that they can come here and receive this message of redemption, because through this message, Africa also will be redeemed. So thank you so much. Go ahead, University, and my worry sister. Go ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. David Nana. May God bless you. Of course, we continue to move forward. Thank you so very much, mouthpiece of the gods. Even though I didn't hear you, but I know that you have done justice through your submission. I appreciate you. Of course, Cripsy. Cripsy, you are welcome to the space. Cripsy, you are welcome to the space. You can unmute yourself.
Hello. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah. Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to be very short and precise. Actually, I'm from Yoruba land, Oduduwa land to be precise. I really appreciate all of your efforts, all of the ESCOs of the BRGIE, and including the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, whom I've been following for about 5-6 years now. I want to appreciate what you guys are doing for the great job, the continuous awareness, and the propagation of the Biafra Republic, and the reemergence of the Biafra nation. I really appreciate you guys. And according to the topic, in Biafra, Nigeria died. Well, in order to enforce the demise of Nigeria, the complete extermination of Nigeria, I have a two-piece to drop. I think the BRG members on the platform probably would have had this in their mind before, but I'm just kind of sharing out of my own enthusiasm for the struggle. So I'm proposing that in order to enforce the demise of Nigeria on December 12th or December 2nd of this year, if I'm not mistaken, I would propose that we begin to gather up.
Second.
Yes, December 2nd. We begin to gather up drones that we can repurpose to make sure that the water that will be given to Nigeria, we totally send that scam nation into demise completely. We begin to acquire drones, repurposeful drones, very cheap, affordable ones, in multitudes, so that when we come at them, when the Biafrans come at them, they will receive the wotowotoshness of their life that they've never seen before. Thank you so much. I will end my submission here and allow every other person to talk. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much, Cripsy. Thank you for joining us from the Oduduwa. And we keep praying for Oduduwa that God will open their eyes for them to see what is await and what their future is going to look like. Because if they don't fight now, it is not really going to be good. And of course, in Biafra, Nigeria died. In Biafra, Africa died. And the same Biafra In saving Biafra, we save Africa and we save these people. They are calling Nigeria and send that name back to where it comes from because the Oduduwa people are suffering and they deserve their freedom. They deserve to build their future to their taste. But in Nigeria, they can never ever have that. And that is why they have to support freedom. They have to support the dismemberment of Nigeria. And that is what we are doing. And to do this, we have to, bench our movement on truthfulness, the truth, because the people perish without knowledge and information. Thank you so very much, Cripsy. Professor Nan, your hand is up. You have the mic, Professor. You can now go ahead, sir.
Yeah, welcome back to the show, brothers and sisters. I'm coming
Yeah,
out.
absolutely,
Yeah, sorry.
Professor. Please go ahead.
Yes, sorry for the discontinuation. Is because we are in summer solstice in the Republic of Pontius Pilate, Italianensis. So I happen to change my position to a new position. That's why we are fighting with the network and all of that system. I happen to come back because of the question that one of our brother threw concerning the international relations, especially on the last peace summit being held amongst the Berlin nations of the Security Council and of the Europe, meaning between Russia and the Ukraine. So the brother asked a question, maybe brother Chuku. So asked that question about my comment. So and I wanted to answer him in that. Yeah. So while the question he asked was why the vice president spoke in a very, very low tone. So the answer is this. She spoke on a very, very low tone because of the fact that there were accord, the triangular accord between, there are three protagonists you had in that USSR zone, you call it the bloc, during the time of the dismemberment of the USSR, meaning the Union of Soviet and Gorbachev. So Gorbachev was the negotiator. So in that particular confinement, or what you call appeasement, there was a kind of line, the directress, that is what they call it in military jargon, that they say that, look, you cannot encroach above this particular directress, and which means the West should not encroach on that particular arena. Now, there are some countries that joined the European Union, like the Estonia, Lithuania, Lithuania, Finlandia. So, and having said this, the particular country now, understand me very well, this particular country that is what
Oh, God. Professor, we can hear you again. Seems like Professor is at work and he'll be back again soon. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for your submissions and your input on this very subject. This is a very, very interesting subject. This is season 2 of this particular subject. And for those who often ask, why are you fighting for freedom? Why are you doing this and that? On this very subject, you will have several reasons why we have to do that. And of course, in Biafra, Africa died. In Biafra, the zoo died. And in Biafra, we can hear you, Professor. Please go ahead.
Chineke mela anyị ebele dio abamade. we must continue. So I don't know where I stopped. Where you people stopped hearing from me?
Yeah, you were talking something. These countries, something like that. That was your last words.
Okay,
This
good.
country.
I'm saying, I'm trying to answer that our brother from America, that Chuku, our brother, that asked me why the was speaking in a low tone, which I call in national language that she was apologetic. The reason is that the West is wrong in this ongoing fight. Why are they wrong? They are wrong because there was a time you had USSR, Union of Soviet Socialist Republic, okay, which later was dismembered. And at the end of the dismemberment, there was an accord. There was a kind of line that was drawn that said that, look, the West shouldn't encroach to a certain level. Now, like Ukraine shouldn't have been part of the West based on that accord. But based on the principle of democracy and capitalism, which is contrary to the system of socialism, now this country being led by Zelensky happened to be on the part of the West. And the West cannot boldly come out and do what? And say they are fighting against Putin, for example, which is the leader of
But when
Russia.
you mean the West, do you mean NATO? And if you mean NATO, why is it that Soviet Union was dismembered and NATO continued?
Pardon?
When you mean West, do you mean NATO? And if you mean NATO, why is it that NATO was not dismembered after Soviet Union has been discontinued? Can you hear me? Oh man, today not today. Professor Man, we cannot hear you again.
Can you hear me likewise?
We can hear you now. Can you hear us?
Yeah. Am I coming
Okay.
out?
Did you hear? You are coming out. Did you hear the question?
Okay.
Voting, everybody is voting. I think we lost them. I hope they're still alive. I hope they have not stopped them. Hold on 1 second. Because attack carried. But we must win. We must win them. They can't stop us. We must. Let me see what is going on from the other side. Thank you. Thank you, one name. Thank you for the like. Odogo, I see you. Shina does. Who is this one? Because all these Abuki people will not allow me to rest. Keep tapping because. So let me check Twitter and see. Let me see if I'm there, but I'm not seeing. I'm sharing what our Prime Minister. If you have not voted, go and vote. If you are waiting, our people are voting massively. I'm checking them. They are there, but they are not. What is going on? Let me see. What is going on? My phone I hang panels. This phone, And wants to go for Samsung. This iPhone is rubbish, I swear to God. iPhone is messing me up big time. Okay. I think they stopped, or they stopped them. They pushed them down. So go and take some break. Everybody take a deep breath, and we will come back. Let's just take one voice of our leader from, and you know that many people are voting. I will play that before I will. So let me get what is going on here. So let me get our leader's voice before we go. But people are voting massively. Phone man na hang because no again we kedu ihe nji isi wee koro biko. Everything I told you come to pass. Only one is remaining, and that is Biafra. And I assure you that Biafra will come. That Biafra will come. That Biafra will come. You are the finest of the finest. I am very, very proud. Everything I told you came to pass. Only one is remaining, and that is Biafra. And I assure you that Biafra will come. That Biafra will come. That Biafra will come. Oh, we are going home. We are going home. We are going home. Lady G, welcome. You are the finest of the finest. Keep tapping. I am very proud. Everything I told you came to pass. Only one is remaining, and that is Biafra. And I assure you that Biafra will come. That Biafra will come. That Biafra will come. We are going home. You are the finest of the finest. I am very, very proud. Everything I told you came to pass. Only one is remaining, and that is Biafra. And I assure you that Biafra will come. That Biafra will come. That Biafra will come. You are the finest of the finest. Simba. You are the finest of the finest. I am very, very proud of you. Everything I told you. I am very, very proud of you guys all. You are the finest of the finest. We are going home. Everything our leader told all of us have come to pass. And the remaining is Biafra. And he assured us, he's still assuring us from DSS dungeon that Biafra must come. And he told you again, you are the finest of the finest. Are you the finest of the finest? Give me a thumb up. Give me a thumb up. Give me a thumb up. Keep tapping. Let me see you. Biafra must be restored. Have you voted? You vote to go. Have you voted? Today. Today, let's know from our Prime Minister page right now.
next time, we appreciate you. Our Prime Minister, Esther, we are behind you. Construction. Yes, today, the 18th day of June, 2024.
You see them voting.
The media unit is here live and direct in Osano polling unit to capture.
You see all of them.
The people that came out in mass.
Nobody is hiding.
To cast their vote in the second phase of Biafra self-referendum. Remember, today is Tuesday, the 18th day
happening
of
now.
the month of June 2024.
Go and vote if you have not voted. Go and vote. Everybody is tired of the zoo. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for, brethren? What are you waiting for, saints? Why are you not doing what we are supposed to do? Have you visited the website www.ipobinusa.org/donate? Have you donated your penny, your dime, your cedis, your euro, your ejema over there? Keep it coming. Keep tapping, keep sharing anywhere you are. We will still be live on TikTok, but I will end the YouTube and Facebook right now. Take a break. Whenever they come back, I will come back there. Remember, when you see something, you must say something. When you hear something, you must say something. God bless you, Biafrans. God bless our leader, Mazen Nando Kukano. God bless our Prime Minister, Obatobie. God bless all the donors. God bless the BLA, the Biafra resistance fighter, BRF, and all the people supporting what we are doing. Remember, Biafra is our last hope. Nigeria is not for us. Salute you all. Hang in there. We will take a break right now. And remember, my new YouTube is Obi Biafra Chicago 2. They can't stop us. Yagazie. Ndewonu na-akụ n'aka akụkwala aka ebe a taa. Na-akụ n'aka ndị a eme wonders today. Na-akụ n'aka na ọ dịrọ izi nwanne ọ dị izi ọ bụrụ ihe ụmụazị. Ndewonu ya gazienụ ka chi fonu nke taa. Ọ bụrụ na ha bịa ọzọ, m ga-ewetakwala ụnụ agba nke abụọ. Ma gị